It's time for some hostile therapy. All right, y'all. Welcome to Hostile Therapy. Big Red. We're here back on Thursday. We got a full lineup tonight. Let me take this thing off the screen so we can better see everybody. All right. There we go. All right. So we got returning again for this show Thursday. Got LT Lord Trent.
L'chaim. Happy Hanukkah, niggas. It's the first day of Hanukkah.
Assalamu alaikum to you.
Free Palestine.
All right. I knew he got to get that one in. What's going on? We got Tim returning back for another show. What's going on, man? Cannot hear you.
I'm about to say, damn.
But whatever he said, he meant well. It was probably some powerful words he said. We'll get back to you. John the Icon. What's going on, man?
Up in here.
Enjoying the light you got on in the background.
You feel me?
You got a I don't know what, a lantern on in the background to give you some light. The power done went off in the back and you got a lantern on. Is that what's going on?
Nah. I was trying to get the effect like you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll change it up just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Put that red zone up in there.
Okay.
Get in the red light district. What you talking about?
Yeah, only me and TLC can get the red light going right. All right.
Man.
And Ludacris Bridges.
Yeah, and Ludacris Bridges. All right. And Sparky T is back.
Hey, what's up with y'all?
What's going on?
Hey, nothing much.
How about those Niners?
I see you.
Man, you see what we put on. You see what we put on Philly on Sunday. You know it.
Yeah, y'all put a ass whooping on the Niners. I had to say that.
Yes,
you did it. You did it to us this year too. Yeah, you did it to us this year too.
A couple people. We trying to do it to a couple people. Hopefully, we'll keep it going to the end of the season.
Hopefully not. I'm hoping y'all don't. Keep in mind.
No, I'm hoping we do though, of course. You know what I'm saying? No. We need to keep that going. We need to keep it going.
Tim probably wants to say something about his team, but he's probably good. He's silent right now.
Just use the regular mic off the computer.
Yeah, try to use your regular mic off of your computer to see if that works.
Your team meetings, Mike.
Who's his team?
Zoom mic. He's the Panthers.
Oh, he's the Panthers fan?
Well,
man, I had somebody try to tell me the other day they was gonna win the Super Bowl this year. I said, in what lifetime, what dream, what realm you in that they gonna win the Super Bowl this year with they one game?
Really? Somebody really said that?
Yeah, somebody really said that to me the other day. They were serious too. I was like, they a true fan.
They must play for him personally or some shit. They must. I'm gonna be on the team this year. That's how I know. They gonna. I'm
Is that a pillow? Here. I bet that pillow got a lot of tears wrapped up in it. It's a pillow slash toilet paper, probably, because y'all play like shit this year.
Shite.
They ain't been playing great the last couple years, but
this has been worse. I don't know how you did worse than last year, but one game.
That's because they should have kept the black coach. They should have kept the black coach.
That's what it is. Y'all cursed.
They should have kept the black coach. Yep, they should have kept him. Nah, McCaffrey wanted to come play for us. He said he wanted to come play for us the whole time. Stop playing. You know McCaffrey was leaving them to come to the 49ers when that opportunity was open. He would have been a fool to stay over here with the Cougars.
Yeah,
the Cougars? You gonna call them Cougars, huh?
That was my high school mascot. Reed Ross Cougars.
What was Tim? You okay over there, Tim? You still trying to work it out?
He look like he in settings mode.
He look like, yeah.
You know, he said, he upset right now. We over here talking about his team too, and he can't click his mic in to say nothing about it. He over there about to have a meltdown. He like, what?
We in a rebuilding season.
They in the rebuilding period. That's what he over there saying.
Look like they in
That's like,
season.
We just need a better defense.
look at him smiling. He just smiling.
You Tim, you
And a
try to
better
look in your
defense.
settings and see if your mic is. You change your mic in your settings, audio settings.
Unplug it and plug it back in. That's all.
That's what
Yeah,
I had.
what
to do. I had to go into my settings and reconfigure some stuff.
What type of mic you using?
I have no idea. I'm trying to see if he can use his regular computer mic. You know, if the regular mic don't work, the external mic don't work. I don't know.
Nah,
I just learned how to connect my AirPods to my PC.
bruh, let me tell you.
I didn't know I could do that. I really thought like Apple was locked down like that, where you couldn't even
No,
connect
no. Apple,
AirPods to some other shit.
bruh, my deck is hooked to my MacBook through Bluetooth.
Oh, he put the headphones in. He's serious now.
Her AirPods hooked to this thing.
Oh, that boy said he putting on the T-Mobile T-Mobile customer service
He
representative.
said, "There's a will, there's a way." Don't be talking about his headset.
Look, I am not knocking you, Tim. Get that.
Whatever.
Look. Come on, get that vibranium.
Hello, this is Rick. This is T-Mobile. How can I help you? Yes.
No. Get it right. This is Timothy.
No, sir. If you read your bill, we charge you for the 5G. So yeah, that's not on us. That's on you. Well, sir, I don't give a damn. That's your bill. It's not mine. My phone is on. I don't even know how you're calling me right now.
How about now? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah, we heard you.
Okay, hey. Yeah, I had to play with the settings, man. Yo, technology is not my friend today.
I told you get that vibranium out, man.
Hey, my LG phone, and Big Red know it too. My LG phone done went through 5 charges.
You still
that shit long gone.
You know LG stopped.
They don't even make LGs no more, man. I'm gonna have to get another phone, man.
That shit.
I got
You still got to put your charger on at an angle to get it to charge.
I don't put like $5 up to try to level it out, man.
It's time.
I hate when you gotta wrap your phone charger around your
Yeah, gotta wrap it around.
Rubber band around there.
Rubber band, say a prayer.
Yeah, and put the rubber band on there and try to hold it right.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking about the Panthers. They suck. They say keep pounding. I say keep struggling because that's all we've been doing.
That's not better. When that's your rebuttal for people shitting on your team. Hey, look, I know we bad. I know the quarterback shot somebody, and we using our 4th-string quarterback. I know Derwin Davis blew his knee out. Look, I know Jason Pitts is like 40 years old and coming out of retirement. I know they having TT coach,
man.
But that's my team.
Man, look, at this point, I'm just glad I made it the high style therapy. So
don't let me send that picture that I made for you the other week.
You hazing?
At this point, it don't even matter, man. We trash.
Ain't nothing but a word. Let me find it right quick.
Ain't nowhere to go but up, but from this season. I mean, there's nowhere to go but up.
We can forfeit.
Yeah,
we can forfeit the rest of the season. We ain't gonna win another game.
Damn, y'all gonna forfeit the rest of the season? Hey.
I don't know why we won that one game we won.
I know y'all trying to get that number 1 draft pick.
We ain't got no draft picks.
Y'all playing because y'all got a schedule to adhere to.
Yeah. We played all our draft picks. We ain't got nothing.
Yo, check this out right here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, keep pounding. For sure. Definitely got
what? Yeah.
Keep pounding these Pound Town.
People tune in, watch both of them get fucked.
And she said, hands on your knees, let that coochie breathe. All right, dang.
I mean, the Panthers get ran through like the way she rap about getting ran through. So.
Yeah.
Let it breathe. The part smell like kerosene when she opened the lid.
Come on now.
Honestly,
Like
she's
Kardashians.
doing a lot better than that organization, and that organization is worth way more than her. It's just it's funny how famous. The only people winning are the owners of the Panthers.
Yeah,
they billionaires. Well, the guy who bought it is a billionaire.
I gotta go to T-Mobile tomorrow.
Yeah, they keep trying to tell me I got a free iPhone 15 waiting on me, but it's like
word.
That phone ain't free.
It's a lot. I gotta trade in my phone. Then that's only gonna cover a portion of what the actual iPhone 15 is actually worth, but I just won't have to pay my bill for like 3 months.
Oh yeah, that's how they get you.
You won't have to pay your bill, but you're gonna have to pay a higher bill.
They're gonna give you that 18-month flex.
Which is like, I don't get how that works. Like, I just know that I just know that's one. If that's how you make commission, kill yourself tonight.
All right, y'all. Let's get into the first subject for today. The main topic for today. First one we're gonna get into is a video we're gonna watch, and he's talking about today's man being too soft, asking for a little bit too much out of women. And we're going to see if you guys agree or not with the subject matter he's talking about. Let me pop the video up right quick.
Men become so soft? Why is it that you men want everything that women need? I've never seen such a batch of soft men. Oh, I want to be nurtured. I want to be flew out. I want to be bought nice things. I want to be emotionally loved. I'm emotionally traumatized. You men sound like, and then you wonder why these women don't submit to you. Oh, I'm still dealing with mommy. Like, you sound so goofy. It's sickening. You are not a woman. Get some fucking balls about yourself. Women come to men for strength, not the other way around. Women come to men for protection, not the other way around. Women come to men for nurturing in a sense, but it's not the way that y'all acting like it. Y'all acting like y'all want to be breastfed all over again. And then you wonder why these women don't respect you. It's not that she's masculine. It's not that she doesn't respect men. She can't view you as a man because you've never given her a safe space to treat you like a man. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Women act like real women around real fucking men. They can't help it. They become stupid. Oh, I don't know how to do it. When you give them a safe space to do, could you get that light bulb for me? Could you help me with that light? They like to be women, but you don't make her feel like one. And that's why they act the way that they do. I am Truth Hurts.
He is Truth Hurts. All right. Based on what you heard about this, do you agree about what he said about today's man generalizing, trying to get the words out? Are they too soft nowadays? Are they asking for too much from our women today? So we're going to start. I'm going to start with Sparky T, because this probably speaks to Sparky T more. She probably can give us a clear view of if she agrees with this guy or not. So I'm gonna start with you. I can't even say words today. I'm flabbergasted. Let me find the timer. We're gonna give 2 minutes on this. First, tell me, do you agree with what this guy has to say about today's man? We're generalizing. We know it's not every guy, but on a general statement, do you agree with what he had to say?
On a general, some of what he was saying is true. I do agree with some of that.
Okay, why? Hold on. I'm trying to find a stupid clock. A clock disappeared on me in the background somewhere. Hold on. See, he's proving the point right now. Now I'm too soft. I can't find the clock. So now I seem like
get your balls, Red.
Look, get your balls back and find the clock, bro. What's the problem? Why you can't find the clock,
man?
You must have a real man around you. Now you acting like you can't do it yourself.
Hey, what they say, real niggas know what time it is, B.
Right, dude. They know how to get the clock out. Truth hurt.
Oh, okay. I found the clock. I got my manhood back. All right, here we go.
I can't even find the damn light setting that I want. Oh.
Oh, now it ain't. Wait a minute. Nah, it ain't
There it
making no.
goes.
That ain't even the real one. No, that's a whole different one. But for the time being, we're gonna go with that one. So I don't know where the other clock is. That's not the original clock. That's the old school clock. I don't know where that one came from, but we're gonna go with it for now. So I'm gonna say it for you. Are you ready? Go.
Okay, I agree with what he was saying. Most of what he was saying. It's hard, like how he was saying that men be like, I want the woman to fly me out. I want the woman to pay for this. I want the woman to do this. I want him to do that. You know, but they still want women to submit. Or you can't be on the same level that the woman is on, but then be trying to talk to her about how masculine you are, and she's supposed to submit to what it is you saying. You can't be crying, and like the guy was saying, you so into with your mom, and you ain't got no mind of your own, and just like what he was saying, that some men, and not all men, because we know it's not all men, you know what I'm saying, but some men are soft. Some men are out here, they soft, and they want to know why the woman and they men. Not that that's right, but when you got some men coming the way that they're coming, you're gonna have women coming that way sometimes. It's a jacked up situation, but some of what he was saying is true. You can't think that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna come at her that way and then she's just gonna fall in line with everything, because she not. She's not. She's not. If you want her to submit to it, you're gonna have to give her something that's worthy to submit to. I'm saying, that's just like, people think that just because, and I know that he wasn't just talking about submitting. So he was just saying, even when he was saying that, like, women aren't, it's not that women are masculine. In some situations, it's that the man is being feminine. So it makes the women look more masculine. I agree some of what he was saying. Now, you got some women out there that are masculine, though. You have some women that are, so I don't think that it's all that way. And I don't think anything that we talk about is always all men or all women. Like we said, we generalize it. But I do think that some of what he was saying is true. I really do.
Boom. Yeah, that was the fireworks.
I know. I got it. That was the end.
Don't worry, I found a real one. I don't know why it's still that old one, but okay. Let's see. And LT, I'll let you go next. I'm gonna put the real timer up here.
How do I know this is the real timer? You're inceptioning me.
I'm not inceptioning you. Oh, well, first, let me ask you: do you agree with what that man has to say before I hit the timer?
I mean, yeah. In a general sense, I can't, and I can't like 51% disagree. Like
okay.
I can't. Like it's not unwrong.
Right. Here's the timer for you.
Ready? Go.
Yeah, he's just not saying anything new. He's not reinventing. Like the main thing I was concerned about was like I was trying to pinpoint exactly where from New England he was from, because there's a very specific. He's from Philly. There's a very specific facial pattern. Niggas with beards and no mustaches that look like Freeway, they're from Philly. And the aggressiveness at which he was speaking into his camera, yeah, he's from Philly or somewhere in Pennsylvania. I swear to God. But yeah, like he just kind of he said a very old rhetoric that men are used to hearing. Like I want to, like I said, to clarify, I don't disagree. We are living in a generation where there are a lot more men that have what we would consider female tendencies. And we can just break that down to the base root of it. Well, look, what are their households like? That's a whole different conversation that we would be getting into. So yeah, it's not a problem that needs a diagnosis because we already have that. It's a problem that needs a solution. Like I don't get what he was so mad at his phone for this for. It sounded like he lost his woman to a bitch ass nigga, or a nigga that he feels like is a bitch ass nigga, and that's why he's reacting like this. Because yeah, he's not saying anything wrong. It's just what is your actual solution other than to tell him to get your balls up? Like that's go to therapy maybe. Like if don't lean on your woman for emotional support. Like she should be able to support you emotionally. Seek a partner that does that, but yeah, make your emotional, physical, mental, financial, make your problems your own and deal with them, because that is truly the measure of which a man is measured. He didn't give out any game for real. He just seemed kind of upset at how many. He just seemed like, that's how I know he's from Philly. He just seemed like, damn, there's so many bitch niggas around here. I don't fuck with it, boy.
All right, John the Icon. I'm gonna let you go next first. Do you agree with what the man had to say on the video before we go?
That's a little bit difficult to even say, in a sense, with the way that I think. I'm just a little bit different than most, so I can't tell another dude how to be a man. Yeah, there's a lot of.
Hold on.
Well, let's hit this clock. Let's bang this clock out.
Okay.
Are you ready? Go!
So let me start off by saying you can't tell another person how to be who they are. Because the minute that you start trying to be something that everybody expects you to be, then you lose who you are. You lose the person that you are, your individuality. Also, like him justifying what a man is, what book are you going by? Being honest, what book are you going by? What you going by the white man standard of what was originally placed out of what a man was? So do I agree with him? Some of the stuff he said, yeah, because we do got a lot of, in the words of Sir Diddy that we spoke about last weekend, bitch assing going on, if I could say that on here. Don't want to get you canceled. They say it on public TV. But for an individual to come out and be as angry as he was with a lopsided beard, I just look at the fact of the matter that, like, get your beard straight first, bro, before you step on the screen. Secondly, for you to tell another man how to be a man, you know, he the fuck? Did you lose your woman to a dude like that? That was more sensitive, just a little bit more sensitive than you. He looked like he'd be elbowing girls in the face just for saying no. I'm just saying. I don't agree with him fully. He did hit on a few good points, but I kind of don't agree with everything that he's saying, because you can't tell another individual how to be who they are. You know, make your own state, because you could be a little bit less than what he is and still get your point across and still run your household properly. And I dropped the mic on that one.
You don't as long as it's not Tim Mike, because Tim Mike, you know, don't drop his mic.
If I drop Tim Mike, that thing ain't even gonna work no more.
So you dropped it earlier.
Boom, shot.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't me. I wasn't there. It wasn't me. I wasn't there. I didn't get to teleport over there. You know what I'm saying? That's all right.
All team and your microphone is 1 and 15.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike, we're gonna get you. I mean, Tim, we're gonna get you one of these boys right here.
Oh yeah, I need that.
Yo, wow.
All right, Tim.
Boy.
Do you agree with what the man said in the video? Do you think men writing too many times like BANs, bitch ass N words? Do you think they're acting too feminine nowadays?
Can I say 50-50?
No, because that would be equal.
That'd be equal. Okay.
Yeah. You gotta go 51-49 or one way or the other.
Generally, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah.
Okay. Here's the time.
Are you ready? Go!
See, the thing is like stuff like this, like with bruh and a lot of people, what the time we living in now, it's popular on social media to be telling everybody how to do this, how to do that, how to be in a relationship, how to be a man, how to be a woman. You got men telling women how to be women. You got women telling men how to be men. First of all, I always try to look at the person's credentials, right? For example, Donald Trump really had no business being the president because his credentials didn't line up. So, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro, lifestyle, whatnot, but it's a lot of key factors that play into what he's talking about. Like LT was saying, like how you know what I'm saying, been brought up. You know what I'm saying? We don't know everybody's household. And the thing is, it's like safe place, if I could say. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, with this generation, we kind of like got lost with like safe place. It was a point of time where men got together and like, you know what I'm saying, looked out for each other, talked about problems that they had in the household, and like, you know, as a union, as a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, protect, you know what I'm saying, their neighborhood. We kind of got lost away from that. Just the same way as, you know, the women, you know, now, you know, it's monetized for women that had drama. You got the love and hip hops and this and that, you know, drama is money. So that whole sisterhood, brotherhood is really almost out the door in this generation. But it's just so many key factors with this, man. I can't really judge somebody, say if they a man or not. It just comes back to that safe place. You know, a lot of men now don't have that safe place as we once had a couple of decades ago or a decade ago. So, you know, that's real important, you know what I'm saying, in my books. So
okay.
Yeah.
I agree with what the man said. And I say, why?
Are you ready? Go!
I will say I disagree that we can't tell someone how to be a guy. You can't. There is different variations of what a man is, but there are basic points to where you could show another man how to be another man. Like, I remember I dated someone one time that had a problem with me helping her change her tire because she had dated other people, other guys that simply either didn't know how to change it or they was like, well, she got it. So I'll just sit in the car and wait while she's in the rain changing the tire. This is stuff that a man does. See, in order for us to be in a safe place, she got to be in a safe place. If we don't put her in a safe place, she ain't got time to put us in a safe place. If she's doing everything, taking care of the kids, cooking, going to work and all this, and then we going to ask, hey, can you listen to our feelings? Of course she's going to be mad about that. I think there's too many men that's out there that actually is bitching about everything now, nagging and complaining about everything. And they seem, I don't want to say like women, but that's something more so women do when they talk within groups of other women. Men don't usually complain about their problems like that. We look for solutions, but we don't look to talk just to feel better about something for the most part. We're looking for solutions to our problems, and then we leave it alone. If the man can't, our friends can't help figure it out how we solve it, then we move it and we try to figure it out for ourselves. But we're in today's society where they want us to cry more. They want us to be more emotional. That's not in our nature, but they're telling us to do it so much that now we're taking advantage of it. And now we're taking the safe space away from the women now. And now they're talking to us like women because that's how we're acting now. So now it's harder to tell if certain men are quote for quote lower expectations. Are they actually masculine anymore? Because we're acting too much like women nowadays. We can't tell the difference because we've been told, and it's not just men's fault too, because you know women are telling us nowadays that we're not emotionally intelligent. We need to, you know, be softer and stuff. And we're just, some of us are taking it to the extreme and thinking we have to cry and give up all our feelings like women do. There's nothing wrong for women to do that. I think there's a level or a bar that should be set for guys that we're just not emotional creatures like that. But I think I've seen more guys nowadays more than ever try to drop down to the level of a woman and try to be way too emotional than they should be. And they've lost their place in society. They don't even know where they're at anymore. So I do feel this guy when he says that men are a little bit too soft nowadays because we're trying too much to be like women in more ways than one. I mean, hell, dressing up like them as well too. I mean, we ain't got to get on that topic now. We can't even tell, well, we can tell.
There's a lot of these so-called
I mean, yeah,
tough
because
guys out
it gets
here
messy.
wearing
We can talk
skinny
about
jeans
the
and girls' pants and
Right.
shirts. I saw a guy the other day wearing a choker pearl necklace. So he was a man's man, right? As they say.
Mhm.
But my man's walking around with skinny jeans on, looking like his girl's leggings, and look like he stole her choker necklace. Like, I can't tell whether you picked this out of your closet or hers.
Yeah. But see, with that being said, we can tell. That's how we can tell another man how to be a man. There's certain things, like I said, there's metrosexual, there's the rough, rugged guy. There's different variations of guys, but we know when a guy is acting too feminine or not.
Yeah,
we just know.
Most
And women,
I think
that too.
But
I
it
think the
definitely
problem-
it gets down to what you measure as a man, and like
There you
like
go.
Tim was saying, like what kind of man that man is. Because whereas a man like, boom, he's on my wall right now. A guy like Prince is
Yep.
not what I would exactly consider
A man.
masculine. I would
Yeah.
not exactly consider a man's man. But when it comes to the things that matter to men, does he get the attention of women? Prince had it more so than any of the manliest men on this planet. And
Exactly.
when it comes down to it,
Yeah,
like
we can.
we as regular men will do
Mhm.
whatever we see a man that we deem to be worthy. Like we'll the reason you saw a man in those tight ass skinny jeans is because a man that he loves or looks up to way too much made them skinny jeans look cool to him. He saw Lil Wayne put them on. He saw Future put them on. He saw Young Thug wear a dress. Shit, we've been watching Eddie Murphy wear dresses. Again, if we're talking about the feminization of black men, that's something that has been steeped within our culture.
Martin Lawrence wearing dresses and everything like that.
It's a curse. It's literally a curse. But down to just like us on a regular, everyday person level. Yeah, when we're trying to emulate the people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said, Sparky, we can't hear you.
I don't think she was saying.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
Okay, yeah, no, I hadn't said nothing. I was just listening. I'm agreeing with y'all though. Like I said, I think that some of what he said, was correct. Not everything of what he said was correct, of course. I think it's a jacked up ass place that we in though, because, women don't want their men to just be all the way hard. I mean, if you got a dude that's just all the way hard all the time, that nigga knocking you upside your head, all kinds of other shit, because it's never no feelings. It's never, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have a good balance. But on the flip side, a chick don't want a dude that's crying all the time. And, like what he was saying in the video, it's not that you don't want somebody that's not in touch with their feelings or that can't talk about how they feel or that a man can't be emotional. It's not that. But what he was saying in the video was to the extreme. And if it's to the extreme, what I'm saying? If you think that it's not going to have a chick looking at you like, damn, this nigga crying more than I am, or whatever, you fooling yourself, because on some level, she going to be talking about the fact of, like every little, she's going to, you know what I'm saying? If you got it to that extreme. That's why I was saying I agree with what he was saying, on the video. But, you don't want nobody that don't have no emotions, no feelings, because that's, that's not good either. You need to have a good balance.
Right.
And as far as men sitting in the car, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, one other thing. And as far as men sitting in the car while their women is changing the tire, that's the motherfucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I see it a lot.
That's crazy. No, I've been seeing it before too. And I was looking at her and him like that shit is some bullshit. Ain't no sense for no man to be sitting in no damn car while no woman is outside changing no goddamn tire now. Come on now.
Yeah,
that shit is fucking ridiculous.
It is.
I'll tell you, I've been there, I've seen it. Like, basically, I'm a mechanic by trade. So I've had dudes that I've like, y'all were just talking about sport. So I ain't gonna front. I shut the hell up because I stay in my lane. I don't know nothing about sports. I was turning wrenches since I was a kid. So to me, I don't know nothing about sports. But to most guys, you don't know nothing about sports, you ain't no man. You ain't no man if you don't know nothing about sports. So how can you question my manhood if I don't know nothing about sports? because I don't know nothing about sports. But yet, here we go. Same dude, and I've had this happen. This is a true story. I had a dude talk trash. I didn't know nothing about sports. He talking trash. My bad. So I go, we getting ready to leave. My mans don't know how to get his girl car started. Her car broke. He can't get her car. He can't even check the oil. She was low on oil. He couldn't even check the oil. Couldn't even check the oil. I'm like, my dude, seriously? All you gotta do is pull the stick out, wipe it off, and put it back in.
Right.
Come on now. And I even joked him about it. I was like, dog, you should have enough of training. Look at the amount of kids you got. Come on.
I think
check your mileage more often.
I think they're going with this generation in particularly, it's a struggle because a lot haven't really been taught. Like, you know, at the end of the day, we are all human. You know, Swagger T is a woman. You know, the rest of us, we are men. At the same time, we all have roles. And what this society has allowed is the whole pronouns things. So everybody wasn't grew up the same. Everybody didn't have that father figure to teach them, like John, the icon, said, you know, how to work on cars, or, you know, how to use a hammer and a wrench, or how to, you know what I'm saying, change the tire, put oil in the car, even pop, for crying out loud, popping the hood. And, you know what I'm saying, they ain't had, you know, the past generation didn't have a lot of mothers teaching their daughters how to just turn on the stove and cook. So with that being said, you know, with this generation, you got that, and then you got, you know, the government pushing, you know, whatever you want to call yourself going on. So I'm not saying that men shouldn't be showed no emotions. Like I said, you know, with the 2 minutes, there's a safe place. You know, a lot of churches, they have men conference every month that men get together. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of things that women, no disrespect, is not going to understand. You know what I'm saying? The men perspective. And it's a lot of things that we as men not going to understand the women perspective. That's why women get together. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I think we just struggling that in this generation because of what's being allowed. And, you know, men, you know, a lot of guys' jeans are skinnier than the women's. It's a mess, man.
Well, you spoke on it. It is a generation of equality, too much equality, where when you win something, everybody has to have a trophy. And for men and women, like, okay, I understand. Right. Participation trophies. Women, of course, are trying to be equal with men in every facet of life. And men have heard this and have taken this to a whole nother level. Well,
and have literally cut off their penises and become women.
Well, that as well too. I mean, like everything, like emotionally, right there. Be the same way as women. We have to get pampered the same way as women. I mean, there's a way to make us happy, and there's a way to make women happy. It's just two different cases. But men, there's a lot of men that was like, well, I want to go and get a massage and get my nails done too with her, or whatever. And there's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But generally speaking, that's not stuff that guys usually do.
Like, is that something men are really asking for? I don't know. I don't be on the internet as much. Like, is that something men are really asking for? Like, to be taken out, like to be flued out?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. It is.
That's crazy.
Okay, I'll give
like,
you.
You know what? I blame that damn Drake song, "Search and Rescue." I feel like if this is happening, it's new. It's because of that damn "Come and Take Me Out to Eat." I like that fucking. Oh my god, I hate Drake. Right now.
You know what? It probably goes
I hate Drake right now.
You know what? It probably goes back to an earlier example of that is pimps. Pimps always look better than the women for the most part. They always had their nails done, their hair done, and they got all the money. They got all the benefits
because there was at least that toxic masculine element to the pimp that strong arm. Like, I'm pretty, but bitch, say man. I ain't too pretty to put this hand across the back of your neck. Like, it's not sweet with a pimp. It don't look that way. But that's also a very good point. That's following into things that, again, could still be considered feminine, because to want to pimp and perm your hair to take care of your nails and cuticles, to want to make sure that you're in the finest fabrics, and literally go to a ball every year with you and your homies just to show out, just to say, look at my outfit, look at my hose, look at my hair. That's a womanly trait to appreciate aesthetic.
You're
beauty,
right. You're
fashion,
absolutely right.
all of that is feminine. So, but these are
Yeah.
things that our culture has adopted over time, like just our Black culture and our hip hop culture. Because honestly, adherently, I mean, our civilization, just as humans, operates off of masculine and feminine energy working together. It's supposed to work together. Like that's literally what makes the home. And the reason we as Black men are in this desolate state is because we are at least part of, half of the direct assault of there being assault on our households. We don't have a man there or a lot of us aren't as lucky to have a man there in our household that can be a stern disciplinarian, an authoritarian, lay down the law, be respected, do the things that a man is supposed to do to be respected, but also be loving and warm and compassionate like a father would be with their child.
See, speaking to that point, we also, as guys, been also shamed for disciplining our children the way we used to too, and become a little awful with them too. We've been shamed from disciplining. There's a lot of mothers that won't even let the fathers discipline them no more. It's like, oh, it's too much.
That's only on occasions where the father isn't in every, like when the family isn't stable. Again, I don't know for sure.
No, I know two-parent households just like that. They would no longer let
the child. Is it a no discipline, no physical discipline household?
Yes, no physical discipline.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
I mean, look how wild they are and how they talk to the teachers and other grown-ups now.
Yeah.
Someone still needs
Crazy thing is,
verbal. Someone still needs.
Well, I believe all kids need their ass beat.
The crazy thing is a lot.
I ain't never met a kid in my life that didn't need a whooping at least once in their life. Every kid need to have their ass beat just at least once in their life. Damn it, shit! And I'm a mom, and I'm a grandma. They all need their ass beat. Beat all the kids' ass at least one time. They all need to have their ass whooped at least one time. I ain't never met a kid that was above getting your ass cut at least once. Like,
see,
you know what I'm saying? But
a lot
as
of
far as
situations, a lot of situations, and I've run through situations like this. A lot of situations, even when you join another household, you're joining two households, and you choose this man to be the leader of your house. You have chosen him to be the leader of your house. Now, at that point, whose fault is it? It's yours, because you made the wrong decision. You made the wrong choice. Now, but they want to sick the man on the child like a pit bull at a point. It's like, now I don't want you to beat him now. I don't want you to beat him now. I'm gonna tell you, I've heard and I've seen a lot of it. I don't want you to beat him now, because that don't matter. That don't make it. It ain't piss me off enough. So, but then when he do something that they don't like, they be like, you gotta go get your son.
Because nobody wants
you gotta go get your son.
Nobody wants to be that disciplinarian role, because it will affect your relationship with your child. And everyone wants to have somebody else that they can step in and be the quote unquote bad guy when their child is acting up for them. And that's literally the burden of what a father is supposed to do. Because even at the end of the day, at the end of your father disciplining the fuck out of you, you respect it in a sense, because you still understand that this is still my protector. This is still the person that, if I'm getting chased by a dog, I want my dad to like just jump out of nowhere. If I feel like, I remember there would be times in the middle of the night when I was a child, and because I stayed up too late watching scary movies, had a bad dream, wake up, the person I'm screaming for when I think Freddy Krueger is about to jump out my closet and get me is my dad. Even though he whoops my behind, even though he scares me sometimes when I think I'm in trouble because I know I did something, but I don't know if he knows that I did something. He just, you know what I'm saying? Military household. So, you know, I was always on edge sometimes. But the fact that I knew this person was always going to be there to protect me, because he still had moments of emotional vulnerability where if he was wrong for something, he would apologize to me, where he would hug me. He would tell me that he loved me openly, not after hurting my feelings or whooping my ass. Like, he would just openly express his emotions towards me as his son, which lets me as a little boy know You can be big and strong, but you can also say how you feel.
Let me add this point right quick. As far as roles, gender roles, I think women more so, men and women can be raised to take on different roles. Women can be raised to be more masculine as children, and men can be raised to be more feminine as children. But I think more so women are forced, if they end up being single parents and there's no father in the house, they're more so forced to take on that role. Where this is another way I'll say guys are bitching about that, where if they don't have the kids and they're not forced into that role, they just take on that role themselves. And if you ask any woman, you'll hear women say, I've had to take on the masculine role because I don't have a man there. And there's no excuse really for the man to do that. And a lot of women say, if there's a guy in the house, hold on, if there's a guy in the house, then she'll switch back to the feminine role. But if you were to switch that for guys, if the guy acts too feminine, most women are not going to say, I don't think you can switch back to the masculine role. Most women are probably going to say that. How can you switch back to the feminine role? It's just looked upon differently for guys and women. Most women going to look at you and say, if you're acting feminine now, that means it's internally in you. You can't change back. And I believe women can change back depending on what the situation they're put in. But a lot of times if a guy is like that as a grown-up, he ain't switching back. He's switching, but he ain't switching back, if you know what I mean.
I can tell you this much.
There's some men that haven't had the chance to grow up yet. They are stunted. They are the baby.
Peter Pan.
And some of them will never grow out of it. But yeah, I think it's a broad generalization to say that a guy like that will never be able to step into his manhood. That's bleak and desolate.
I don't think there is. I don't think there's a possibility. It's the same way with people say with women who are bisexual and men who are bisexual. Most women are going to say if a man bisexual, he gay. And most
like Tank.
Men will say women can turn back at any time.
I'm just saying like Tank. But all women swear that Tank is the dude. He's masculine, he's loving, and all this. But I mean, Tank said every man has to at least suck a D twice to make sure that he like it. Or not.
What Cameron said, hey, yo.
Tyler.
Hey, yo, pause.
I'm just like, bro, pause. Come on, man. If you can say that, where we at? Where we at with it? Come on, man. I'm just saying. If he said this on an interview.
I think it's a little different because
say something so bad. I know she do.
That's something you're
I'm just saying. But that's a man's man, though.
Look back to what you were saying, LT. Who's going to teach that guy if he was acting feminine? Who's going to teach him or get him to turn into the masculine role that he was supposed to be in as a youngin'? Now he's a grown up. Who's going to transform him back into that role?
Because that's when you go on the get rich or die trying. You go on your own hero's journey, and that's a man's plight. When you don't have a father figure or a mentor figure there to show you the ropes, you have to go figure it out on your own. And what we're in is a state of men that grew up not having men there. So they're getting started into their manhood a lot later in life. They're being coddled by their households or whoever, the women that enter their lives for a lot longer than they should be. And they're never truly having to step into their manhood. They're never truly having to step into their greatness and really figure out who they are as men, because there's already an image of a man being sold to them, being pushed in front of their face on their screens every single day. And that's really hard to deviate your attention from when you don't have a stable one or a positive one in the household that's there for you every single, like a lot of men, Lil Wayne is more consistent in their life than an actual role model.
Okay, well, listen to this then, because if a woman is trying to get into a feminine role because she's tired of doing this masculine role, she wants to relieve herself being stressed out doing everything that a guy's supposed to do. Of course, she wants to be more feminine. Of course, she wants to switch the role. If you're saying a guy is being coddled and pampered and all this, What would make him want to switch back to a masculine role if he's comfortable there?
Men react to things just like we always say. A man don't do nothing unless he's ready to or he absolutely wants to. And nothing truly motivates us like that inherent survival instinct in our body. Like sometimes we have to be kicked out of the house. Like literally, just like baby boy. Like he had to be kicked out of his mama's house before he said, "Damn,
you need a Melvin
I'm
in the
too
house,
old to be at my mama's house."
Can I ask y'all something before y'all move to the next segment?
Go ahead.
How many of y'all been, just a random question, how many of y'all been to the club lately and see like the role model men's, like what's being played on the DJ records? Think about it. You got Lil Uzi Vert.
Yep.
Got the dudes lined up.
A very zesty young man.
I just want to rock. Body yeah. They swinging their hips more than the women in the club.
That's the thing. I know he's not asking a woman to paint his fingernails. He the type of motherfucker show up. His fingernails already painted, honey. Like his fingernails is already done. He don't need you to do
and
that.
that's who the fucking young people looking up to.
Yeah. The young thugs, the little Uzi.
I mean, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But and that's who the young that's who the young men are looking up to. And if there's no male role model in their home, I'm saying that's what the fuck they think they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
But see, hold on.
And they mind because to them little Uzi didn't fucking make it. He didn't make it. So if he didn't make it doing that shit.
Right. Even if it is,
I'm saying if he didn't make it doing that shit, they like shit. I'm gonna do it that way.
They're gonna do it.
They role models are DC Young Fly and shit.
But you see, it depends on what generation it is too. Because when Smurda came out swinging his hips a little bit too much, they just kept giving Smurda an issue about that shit. Lil Uzi Vert can do it, and it's okay because he a younger cat.
Not exactly, because Smurda got We asked him questions about him. He got some stuff. He released the video for some. I don't know why him or his team would allow this video to come out where he was just in bed with 2 transsexual women.
Oh man.
And not even transsexual women. I would literally say prison bitches. That's what they look like, because they didn't look as beautiful or as done up as a woman that has gone through the procedure to actually beautify herself into a woman like that. They literally just look like some niggas behind bars with wigs on their head. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why he did it. I ain't like it.
John, what were you going to say, man? Look, get in right quick, man.
I ain't like it.
Nah, my whole opinion on the situation is just this. Just like you said, if you got little Uzi Vert on there hitting and he's making his money off of everything, he grabbing a bag, as they say. Even if you got a male role model in your household hustling and doing what he got to do, they gonna look at him as a better role model than you. Daddy, you still out there trying to grind and get that money. But this dude over here done got the bag, he got the money, he got the girls, he got the house. Where you at?
Still have women on their side too.
So they still is let me say this. It's been publicized. It's been put into place. It's just a strategic thing that's been put into place. We put more accolades on somebody who I just want to ride than somebody who out there grinding and doing their thing and showing you every day what you're supposed to do and showing you how to stand up and be a man, or how to stand up and be it, how to have the woman walk on the opposite side of traffic as opposed to walking on the same side of the street, and the reason why you open doors and everything like that. You see what I'm saying? And also a key point is this, and I might catch a little flag off this, and I may not, but I don't care. I really don't care. It ain't gonna break. So, all right, Pete. So, if a female has been, and I notice, I have family members who I choose to keep in that secret place that you want to hide them, that you don't tell that they do this type of stuff, but that's why they choose to remain nameless. They be, and I got friends like this. Female friends, they choose to be alone so long, or they've been alone so long in a male's role that even when that dude steps up and he's like, nah, I got this, and he's trying to discipline little shorty, and he try to put the things in place, or treat your daughter like a young lady. You're not used to that. Everybody that's not used to something, they gotta grow into it. And sometimes when they don't grow into it, it fights back. That situation will fight back, and you like trying to be the man, and you being masculine, but then they sit there and they want to be so masculine that they don't know how to step back. They don't know how to step back because they've been in this role for so long. I've been in this role, and it relapse. It's like a relapse. They step out and they be like, okay, I'm gonna let you handle it. And then 2 situations later, the same person comes out. I can't understand why you talk to my child like that. Or something like that.
And the guy has to take 2 steps back.
And the guy has to take 2 steps back. So for every brick that's knocked down, you only can put 1 up. For every 10 bricks that somebody knocked down, you can only put 1 up.
I think the only way to hold your balls in that situation, and it sucks to say, yeah, you just gonna have to leave it, because if you can't, like that's something I had to learn being in a relationship with a single mother. If you can't be a man to your fullest ability within that relationship, why are you in a relationship? You're not gonna be you're not going to be anything other than pretty much a whipping boy, anything other than pretty much a Darius Jackson.
I knew you were about to break it, but
you would be you would literally just be there for like if you're not allowed to be what your role is supposed to be, the only thing you could possibly be there for is the opposite role. And as the man, that's just gonna fuck with your psyche. That's gonna fuck with your spirit. That's gonna fuck with everything. It can put you in a feminine state of mind, but like you got to do your own healing journey of your own stepping into my manhood journey, and that takes separation, that takes isolation, and that takes rebuilding yourself from a fundamental level, and that involves emotional vulnerability. That involves being able to openly communicate. That involves not running away from love or those deep emotions just because, oh, I got hurt that one time and I'm just never going to get hurt again, so I'm going to lock my emotions. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. But you also just can't, because I got hurt, I'm just always going to be in my emotions because I'm never going to trust. Like, no, this like sport, you have to find that happy balance of knowing when to hold them and when to hold them.
Well, let me tell you why it's very important for a guy to not release his emotions the same way like a woman. I'll give you a very easy example, and I think it actually happened today or yesterday. Okay, when who's mostly in prison for crimes of passion, murder, assault, crimes like that? Who's mostly in prison, you say? Men or women?
Definite dudes.
Okay. You've heard the phrase before, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And I always call bullshit on that, because yes, women can do damage, but they don't kill as much people as if a guy gets angry. A lot of times, that's why guys have to be in control of their emotions, because if a guy loses control of his emotions, he can destroy the world. That's how wars have been started. That's how people get killed. Women may scratch up a car, take the kids in the home and stuff like that, but men will kill people more so than women will. Women, every now and then you'll see a woman that might kill somebody, but you don't hardly hear serial killer women. You hardly ever hear that. So if a guy loses control of his emotions, it can have dire consequences within the world. Women can lose, like I said, they can lose their emotions, and they lose their emotions more than guys, but it doesn't have dire consequences.
Women can definitely emotionally manipulate the outcome of events.
There you go, LT.
But I say it doesn't have to. We can relinquish our emotions to a degree, but we can't just let all emotions come flowing out, because people can die. People can get hurt way worse than if women don't have control of their emotions. That's why we cannot be the same. We're not built the same when it comes to that.
Right. Right.
Okay, let me
A
say
man
the
can
one
do
thing.
a lot more physical damage in terms of his if he does not control his emotions. But I mean, obviously, it should go without saying a woman can do more emotional damage because whereas, yeah, death
Not
is a
really.
pretty hard punishment, but we don't think about those emotional things. Like, what if you scorned this woman so bad that again, the terms like hell hath no fury, they're meant to signify the extent of which a woman will obsess over little details in which to ruin your life.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back to
Versus a woman
mythology.
life. It's nowhere the same. It's not close.
I mean, technically, human beings spend more time dead than they do alive. Like just on average, you're gonna
I'd
live
rather be
for about.
alive and I get therapy for
You kill
ruined
somebody,
emotions.
their problems are all over. A world of problems have just begun for you.
You see what's happening in Palestine right now? Is that because of women or men?
I would definitely say that is because of men.
Yeah. Sparky T.
Look, my man's get real low key on that one.
Hold up, but there was one thing. Women, I want to speak to something y'all was talking about earlier. I gotta go back. So when I think it was John was saying that, is it the woman's fault when she chooses a man, and the man wants to discipline the kids, or the woman won't allow him to take up his role in the house? And then LT's thing was, well, that's when he just gotta leave, and this and that. Okay. One thing is, if the answer is always to leave, then why should any and every man that she allows to come into her life just run her household and discipline her kids? If when shit gets whatever, you gonna cut. I done allowed you to come into my house. You change it however you want. I'm allowing you to do my kids how you want, because this is what you doing as the man. I'm just supposed to let it rock, but then whenever it don't happen, then you just want to pull up and leave. Now I got to take back this role that you wanted me to relinquish and all this that you wanted me to let go because you decided to leave or to tuck your tail or whatever. Just speaking of what y'all was talking about. I'm saying you gotta, you're not, and also wasn't talking about in the situation where a woman the woman picked the man, which he should be picking her, you know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother thing. But were you talking about somebody in marriage or them in marriage and then he's what?
Can I
Go ahead. What?
Can I put? All right, hold up. I'm about to push my soapbox up. First of all, I'm gonna address the whole woman relinquishing the situation to the man. If you come into a house and in the beginning she's kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna do this, and she never do it, right? He's not saying when you on the first run, you just cut bait and leave. He's saying repeatedly, this woman was supposed to relinquish the situation to you. No. Let me explain this too. Let me go back to go forward. Let me rewind to go forward. Real quick on you. For the woman, when you said the man should be picking, you had that absolutely right. In any situation, the man picks the woman chooses the man. Because at the end of the day, even if you at a club, that man will see you across the room, pick you. And then at the end of the night, you have to choose to go home with him. And then, you are choosing to have this man lead your household. So therefore, if you chose to have him lead your household, you seen what he was. But then you still chose to have this man lead your household. Because he led his life in destruction. You gonna let that in your house? So you made a bad choice at that point. So you made a bad choice. So to go back to the child rearing, he's not saying cut bait and run on the first thing. He's saying go ahead, try it out for a while. She keep on saying, nah, you can't do this, you can't do that. And then when it bothers her and it's a problem for her, he becomes the pit bull of the house. Oh, get him. Go get him. Are you serious? You want me to beat him when he pisses you off, but when he do something wrong and it's clearly wrong, you like, that's my baby, don't do it. That's my baby.
Like there was a
don't
video
do
we
it.
were watching on
Hold
here some
back.
time ago where a little boy was completely disrespecting the shit out of the his stepfather. Was calling them all types of bitches and motherfuckers in front of the boy's mom as well. And the mom wasn't interjecting, and the stepfather was like, get 'cause he literally was in a state of I can't do anything because you won't let me physically discipline him, but you also don't want me to leave because he was pretty much there as a financial
There you go.
a financial
you
rep.
go.
He was there to be the financially masculine one in the house to facilitate
Mhm.
the things that a man is supposed to do in terms of finances, but in terms of authority, he was given none. And her son was aware of that. And her son took complete advantage of that right in front of her face. And
Yep.
the woman gave no fucks whatsoever. Like literally making the most basic. And the little boy was about at least 10, 11, maybe 12 years old. So knows better. And he's just a little boy. He just telling the son, stop, but not really meaning it. But then in the inverse of it, when the little boy, let's say, calls his mom a bitch, decides to get buck with his mother, that's when she wants to hit up the stepfather and say, "Oh, this little boy I need you to come over here and do what you supposed to do as a man in this household." But it's like, okay, so now you're turning me into an attack dog. Now you're turning me into you don't give me any authority whatsoever in terms of things that you don't deem to be you don't deem to be necessary for him to respect me as the head of the household. But when he's disrespecting you as the head of the household, that's when you want me to act like a head of the household that he should respect. It can't be done. It can't be done.
Right. It's either all or nothing.
Let me ask you guys this, if y'all can give me a couple sentences on this. What is not a male, but what is a man? What would be, let's say a real man. Let's just say that. What would constitute a real man in a couple sentences or less, if you can? Tim, I'll come to you first. What would you say is a real man? If you, let's just do a scenario, you have a daughter and you are coaching her and how to find a real man. You're pointing out a guy at a church or wherever you're going to be at the time. Hey, that guy's a real man. She's going to well, Daddy, why? Why would you say he's a real man? You going to tell her what?
Tell her that, look forward to a leader because a man that leads his household shows that, he is disciplined. And if you think about most, entrepreneurs, most businessmen that are successful, the statistics shows that they lead a well-balanced household. So a leader, a protector, of course, because, at the end of the day, that's our role as a real man, to protect. And also within that, in a man way, to nurture. I do believe men do hold a place, especially for children, to nurture. There's different ways of discipline, but you have a lot of people that discipline and don't teach. Real men would discipline and would teach after, so they can learn, okay, I can't do this again because my dad said, this is the cause and effect. You got a lot of people disciplining without giving the cause and effect. So that, being a leader, being disciplined, and then just man, I think that's at the top of my head right now. That's main two, nurturing, being disciplined, and being a leader. And just I guess T.I.'s sons, you saying stand on business.
And on business.
Yeah. So
all right.
Get
John, the icon, tell me what
it do.
If you had a daughter, I don't know if you have a daughter or not.
I have two.
You have two daughters. Okay.
2 daughters, 3 sons.
All right. You were outside in the park for some reason. let's just say they're 18 at this point, because you may not want to have that conversation yet. But you're like, hey,
Tomorrow, that's tomorrow.
yeah,
That is
okay,
tomorrow. Yes.
that's what's
My
up.
youngest, my youngest turns 18 tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Mhm. Thank you,
Is
thank
that-
you, thank you, thank you.
Hopefully, that's a list bill on your heart now. She
Set
turns
the
18.
Huh?
She's grown up now.
She got a job, bro.
Oh, good. That's what's up.
Good job.
Oh, so look. I make sure they on their business.
All right.
You saying
I
it?
make sure they about their business. Just
you
like
talk-
my
talk
man
to
Tim said. Huh?
Okay.
I talk to her about guys all the time.
Okay. What would you tell
So
her? That's a real man right there. That's who you need to go after. Well, not go after, but that's what you need
who
to
you
see.
who you choose.
Right.
That's who you see. And
There
choose.
you go.
Tim kind of summed it up a little something, you know what I'm saying? Stand on your honor, stand on your word. For one, be a leader. Be a leader. Also, be respectful. Because if he can't respect the people around you or your parents or individuals around him and the way he treat the people around him, that's the way he gonna treat you. You know what I mean? These are the things that I teach him and that I tell him. Both my girls, I teach them about the game, how the dudes run game. Certain dudes run game, so that they can watch out. So, also, you gotta have somebody that's gonna make sure that, just like I said, opening doors. Make sure you don't walk on the street side of traffic. Things like make sure if you the cold one, bruh, take that coat off, give it to her. You know what I mean? Hold that umbrella. On me and my wife first date, I walked to her car. I ain't had no umbrella. I'm gonna be honest, I just tough it out, I rock it out. But she had an umbrella. She was about to put it over her head. I took it out, I held it over her head, I still opened the door for her. So I tell her the example that you see in front of you is what you want to pick, what you want to choose. You don't want somebody that's going to come at you a certain way. She had a little boy come at her, a couple months ago. Dude had a girlfriend and was trying to rap to her. And I'm like, that ain't the kind of cat you want. Just because he's friends with your friend, that ain't the kind of cat that you want. Because the way he got you is the way you're going to lose him.
Mhm.
When he see the next hot thing come along, he going to go after that. You don't want something that's just going to disappear just because he sniffed something else. Have restraint. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Make sure I ain't got to punch his ass in the throat. Little trick. I'm hard on that one. He gonna make me go back in. He gonna make me go back to my military days.
Name you said Reggie.
Huh?
Motherfucker, you look about 40.
That's right. That's
You
right.
a big ludicrous
Nah,
looking
we
motherfucker.
doing. Look, we doing Den of Thieves. I'm sorry. We are doing
All
Den
right.
of Thieves. If any dudes come for her, we got the Den of Thieves. I already got like 8 guys. My homeboys is gonna be chilling in the movie room, and I'm gonna say, yo, come down here real quick. Let me holler at
Hey,
All right, LT, I'll come to you next. If you had a daughter
you're
and you need to point out an example what a real man is,
you.
what would you tell her? What kind of advice would you give her to show her
look
what
up.
a real man is?
Yeah, the first I guess it's take your daughter to work day. So I guess that's where I would start. But the main things I would tell my daughter to look for a man with good intentions for himself, good intentions for you, good intentions for his community. Look for a man with ambition.
Yep.
A man that is motivated, because that's the kind of man that you're going to want for your child. You're going to want a man that is always going to want. You're going to want an ambitious man because you're going to want a man that wants more for himself, and he's going to instill that into your child. And you're going to want a man with integrity, a man that is righteous, that is of moral, upstanding character. And that entails everything from honesty to just being an upstanding citizen within his community. Because for too long, our women have been sold the thug as the most attractive and appealing man to settle down with, to procreate with, to begin their first relationships with. They always want the little Uzi Verts. They always want the little King Harrises, the little badass little boys that parents just don't care enough. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole bunch of money, so they wild and don't know how to act. Or the little kids whose parents aren't around enough, so they're not around to care enough. And these are the little boys that your daughter ends up with. And if these little boys don't care about, if they feel as though their parental systems don't care about them, these little boys don't care about themselves, so they don't have good intentions for themselves, and they're not going to have good intentions for your daughter, my daughter, or anyone's daughter. So it all starts with like the quote MLKJ aura. It all starts with the content of a man's character. So to find a real man, it really takes getting to know. Like I feel like in today's time, we really be trying to scroll through someone's profile and learn everything about them in like 5 minutes. That's not possible. We literally be just sitting in these text conversations, asking basic or just base level questions, expecting this person to be 100% honest with us the entire time. That's not going to be the case. So honestly, it would also take a part of me requesting upon my daughter, have good intentions for yourself, because if like you're going to need to be able to pay attention to these things. You know what I'm saying? If you don't care about yours, that's why, the person she's going to have to start with learning how to find a good man is looking at me. I'm going to have to be the best man in her life to hold that standard for her, so that she doesn't end up with a man that can't hold the standard that she would be used to.
All right. Sparky T, last on the panel here. You there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on for 1 minute. My thing was going out. Hold on, wait a minute.
Okay. Yeah, my thing was messing up. How's your mic holding up, Tim?
I'm about to say y'all passing around mic problems now and shit.
I'm good now. I just had to go in the settings.
Okay, I'm here. I'm ready.
One ear to
Okay. All right. Same question I asked them. If you're talking to your daughter about what a real man is, what would you tell her? What kind of advice would you give her to say, hey, that over there is a real man. That is what you should be seeking.
Okay. All right. Well, one thing I would tell her, I would say a lot of the same things that I've heard. You look, but the one thing I have that I didn't hear, though, that I would say is I look at how a man treats his mother. And to me, that's a good indicator, so if you see a little boy or a guy that don't treat his mom like nothing, he ain't gonna treat you like nothing. His mother is the first woman in his life. You know what I'm saying? So that's the woman that, in most cases molded him and nurtured him and things like that. So a good indicator for me is how a man treats his mom. I also look at, especially if he has daughters, how he treats his daughters, how he handles that, how he handles responsibility. The real man is going to be a protector, you know what I'm saying, at all times. And no matter what situation, when you want the good, the bad, when they mad, when they not, whatever, they're going to be a protector. They should be a provider, but I'm not, one of those, he provided everything. I don't have no problem having a job. I have more than one hustle. I'm always doing something. Yeah, I'm saying, but you ain't trying to provide for him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that men should open doors and things like that. But, sometimes as women, we don't really allow them to open doors because we so busy opening for ourselves because we ain't had nobody open them for us. Sometimes we haven't been taught. Sometimes women haven't been taught either how a man is necessarily supposed to treat her. Think about it. If a girl hasn't had her dad in her life to take her on those first dates, to show her, what a man is supposed to do, to show her that you're supposed to open doors for her mom. She ain't had a dad to be there to provide for her and to protect her. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a woman may not necessarily know how it's supposed to be done because she ain't necessarily seen it the right way. She may know what she doesn't want or what she doesn't like. She may not even be able to vocalize what she does want because she may not know. She may not be able to verbalize it because she may actually not know. So I don't know. Like I said, I think that, one of my main indicators is how he treats his mom. And if he ain't treating his mom like nothing, if he ain't checking on his mom, he ain't doing for his mom, he ain't gonna do nothing for you. He's not, because that mom is that, for me, is a sure enough sign.
And to add on to what a lot of y'all have said, figuratively speaking, I think a guy should be able to open doors for his woman as well too. Figuratively speaking, if he is to offer protection, that isn't a way to open the door for your woman. He's able to help her financially. That's a way to open the door for a woman. He's able to take stress off of her by handling some of the responsibilities in the household or whatever, and make her life easier as a way for opening doors for your woman. If you are in there just to be a cupcake and then just in there to take a vacation every day you live in a house and she's doing everything, that's not the man for you, because he's not opening doors for you. If anything, he's putting roadblocks in your life and making your life harder. And there's a lot of guys, a lot of women that are with guys like that for some reason. I don't know. Sex is good to them, I guess, and so they stay with them, or they just lonely. They just stay.
It's the new trend. It's the new trend. That's all.
Yeah. But that's what a pimp is. That's exactly what a pimp does. Somehow pimps are able to convince some women that with low self-esteem, very low self-esteem, give me all your money, you do all the work, and I'll sit back and manage your money.
Because he's convinced them that you're literally worth nothing other than what your pussy can do.
Right.
And not only that, he's manipulated their mind to the point where it's like, bitch, you not even smart enough to know how to sell your pussy on your own.
You need somebody to help you do that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Come on now.
You see it a lot during text time.
You have to show to someone beyond a reasonable doubt that you should not love yourself whatsoever. You're lucky that I even put you in my stable of fours. Like, that is the person that has probably never seen love, let alone expressed it in person or
income tax check come through. Shoot.
That's when the love leaves, when the income tax return come. They love strong in December. They don't love at all when May comes.
When the check is gone. Yeah, when the check is gone. Yeah. After all
check is gone,
came up, after all the
somebody getting that.
April, May.
Yeah.
Tax time hit around it's usually around June. Usually around June. Your shit done dried up. Y'all supposed to go out.
Yeah, I realize they got the cuffing season and they got the dipping season.
Yeah. Sad, but yeah.
They disappear, they dip out. It's just like, oh, look over there. See that cat? And they'll be like, what cat? And he just he gone.
I'm about to go grab a pack of cigarettes or something.
They be gone when it's hot guys, hot boy season.
Yeah, when it's hot outside, everybody wants to, they want to be outside. They want to be seen. They want to be sexy.
We outside.
Yeah, when it gets cold, we want to be inside. We want to be warm. We want to be cuddled, booed up, and shit. It's like, that's a constant cycle that if you just found one person, you could literally do that all the time. Like, but we always want to be. We're selfish. We want our individuality and our autonomy when everyone else is seeming to be an individual or a ton. Again, the waves of society tell us to be, look, y'all, it's hot girl summer, it's hot boys. Like it's literally just the culture telling us what to be, when in actuality we shouldn't be idiot. Like, grown ass men and grown ass
Talking
women
about
out
city
here being hot girls
boys.
and hot boys. Yeah, like city boys and hot girls and shit. Like, ma'am, you took your
Crazy.
daughter to a Sexy Red concert.
Ah,
Your infant child.
ah.
Because you couldn't find a babysitter. You're not a hot girl. You are a hot, terrible mother. Like,
they're a warm girl, bro. Stop playing.
you
Quit playing. What you
haven't
talking
been a
about?
girl since your daughter was in high school.
All right, y'all. Let's leave this one. We're gonna go to the next subject. And he has talked about and we were just talking about he was talking about Sukihana, he's talked about Glorilla, he's talked about Sexy Red quite a few times. And he may even mention them in this clip we're about to talking about. We're talking about Charleston White, crusader for everything that's wrong and right with society. Some people got a problem with how he says things, but I have to say I agree with a lot of things he say. You may have a problem with how he delivers the message, but he was recently on Cam Newton, who was part of Tim's Carolina Panthers, and that fateful day when they went to the Super Bowl and Cam didn't jump on the ball when he could have and possibly saved the game.
Oh my!
Or could have brought the
blowout,
man.
Some people say he threw the game and Mafia might have got to him. I don't know. Depending on who you believe, or Cam just didn't want to get hurt. He wasn't Superman that day. But he was on. Cam has a pretty popular podcast now. He's getting some good guests on there, so he's got a career after football because it doesn't look like he's gonna ever get a chance to play quarterback again. It doesn't look like that's ever. So we'll check it out right quick. Let's listen to what Charleston White had to say. It's a small clip, and we're going to talk about: do you agree with what he had to say and his delivery on top of that?
I didn't get mad at.
I think everything that you're saying has some truth to it. It's just the delivery. There's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When you're addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kill kids and say we smoking on Tuka. See, they wasn't worried about the delivery when these kids in Chicago were talking about smoking on Tuka. Mm-hmm. They weren't worried about the delivery. I ain't got no manners for no slut. I'm going to put my thumb in her butt. The delivery? I like girls kissing girls where I'm from, and that's on the radio. Girls on girls, that's promoting lesbianism to my daughter as we driving to school. This song they playing with Drake. Y'all worried about the delivery? These niggas talking about killing each other. That nigga Thug said, nigga, I shot at your mama. You don't mention me no more. He really shot that nigga mama. And y'all worried about my delivery? Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So nigga, I gave y'all what y'all want. A ignorant motherfucking nigga that talk like them rappers. Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention. Checkmate. Now let me tell y'all what y'all need to hear. We fucked up as a race of people since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases of teenagers. What y'all so caught up about? Nigga, only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the fuck are y'all talking about? These kids can't read. Come on, my nigga. So if we gonna be real, let's be real. I'm not bashing the black woman in her BBLs. I'm not bashing the black woman because she weren't. These niggas are confessing to murders on songs. And y'all worried about my delivery? The conditions of black sucking them talking about booty hole. Y'all worried about my delivery? Come on, don't be hypocrites, black people. Y'all can't listen to this music if y'all so caught up into my delivery. Don't do me like that. And the way y'all snap and pop y'all pussy to this music, the way y'all kill and drill to this music, don't trip about my delivery. Hey, yo, Easy, why you wear your pants like that? I wear my pants like that because that's easy access, baby. Easy, why you talk like that? I talk like that to get my point across. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing a bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention. And I was going to the Supreme Court, changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association. Lashes. I'm not fucking with the sister because she got too many baby daddy. I'm addressing men. Just like we abandoned no justice, no peace for George Floyd. Are we still mad about George Floyd? Are we still mad about police shooting? Is that why we not kneeling no more? Are we still boycotting the NFL? What happened to all these things? What happened? Nigga, because I'm still stuck on Tamir Rice while y'all stuck on my delivery. I'm still mad why ain't now motherfucker tore up the country behind Tamir Rice. Baby Tamir Rice at that. Since we so in tune.
I think that's it there. Okay.
God damn, that man be telling the truth. God damn, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shit myself.
I mean, the man preach, definitely. I'm with you, Lord Trent.
He was with Walter Cronkite
in the beginning. A lot of people had problems with him in the beginning because he was talking shit about a lot of people's favorite entertainers, favorite rappers, and such. But he had to do that because, like he was saying, when I showed up peacefully and had a bow tie and I was talking quote unquote intelligent, nobody was listening to me. And when I tried to incite a riot inside of people, all of a sudden people paid attention. And he made a very good point. And I've talked about on this show before when it happened during the pandemic, when people went off about George Floyd. And I was like, why are people all of a sudden going off about George Floyd? But I'm like, there've been police shootings for years and decades. And, you know, like I said, Tamir Rice was a kid. And, you know, like I said, he was killed. And I didn't hear that any big riots happened across the country. I saw some demonstrations here and there. But I always say that because everybody was home and they didn't have nothing else to do. So they had to pay attention to the message. And they, for once, could not get rid of the image by going to work or watching sports. So they had to pay attention. So you got to get something insightful to make you pay attention to stuff like that. So that's why Charleston White has to talk like this a lot of times, because you ain't never seen Al Sharpton make a reaction like that. You ain't never seen Jesse Jackson make no reaction like that. It has to sometimes take somebody talking shit, cursing and all this, talking foul for you to actually pay attention. For a lot of people, for a movement to happen, people sometimes have to be loud. You can't always worry about the delivery, more so worry about the message. I want to see, do y'all agree with this? Is it the should people be worried about how he delivers the message, or just worried about the message? I mean, there's other ways to deliver messages. Should you be worried about how he delivers his, which is harsh and to the point?
Are you going?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I think that, like he was saying, when he came out with a bow tie and whatever, shit, I didn't even know who the hell he was. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until he came out talking, you know what I'm saying, crazier like he was, that it put him on people's radar. So I get it. And a lot of what he be saying is true. Some of what he be saying, I'd be like, damn. But a lot of what he be saying is true. Like, and especially what he just said in the interview, the shit was true. Like, you can't get mad, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of what he was saying is true. His delivery sometimes it be a little, but shit, he had to do it to get their attention. Is it any different than when Kirk Franklin busted on the scene and he had to change up the way the gospel music because he was trying to reach a different set of people? You know what I'm saying? Charleston White, to me, is trying to reach a different set of people. If he's trying to reach the Sukianas in the, of this day and age, as opposed to trying to reach Maya Angelou and them of a different day and age, you can't talk the same. If you talk the same to them two different people, you're not going to get the same shit. So some of what he be doing sometimes is to get people attention. That's the era that we live in. People attention span is so damn short. If you ain't doing something to capture their attention, they on to the next damn video and they ain't heard nothing about, what you said. So I give it to him.
Yeah, I think I don't give a. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tim.
Oh no, I was just saying real quick. Now I agree because even with that subject, that George Floyd, we all remember 2020. If you can say the whole United States, basically almost the whole world went on a rampage and it got the government attention. So what he's saying within that proves his point. See, if Kaepernick didn't take a knee and if America didn't go crazy as they did, because, the pandemic is going on, all that, they probably just went on about their way. Like, we still talking about that situation till this day. So now I 100% agree the notion and the delivery that he's going about because he got our attention. So yeah.
Got a bunch of hard-headed people that don't want to listen sometimes. But go ahead, LT.
We can't. I wouldn't really focus on his delivery too much because what he's trying to do is highlight the hypocrisy at which we accept certain messages but discount other messages. Like Sexy Red has a whole lip gloss line modeled after what was it called? Stinky Booty Hole
STDs.
or Brown Booty Hole, and like literally lip gloss is
Gonorrhea.
cosmetic products that
Herpes,
have
chlamydia.
STDs is the names.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
do you realize
But-
that we have fallen as a society so bad that we have chips. We have chips, potato chips called coochie flavored chips.
No.
Who makes those?
Are you serious?
Probably Rap Snacks.
I'm dead serious, bro. Like I just found online, KFC
Oh, Lord.
chicken. Hold up.
Oh.
Chicken scented logs for you to burn in your. Hold up, brother.
Yeah, his message is just fine because we'll accept the message of killing our brothers, disrespecting our women, being overall like Young Thug literally talked about shooting up tour buses, and that's what he actually did to Lil Wayne. And yet we will turn around and yell "Free Young Thug."
Damn,
Like this is a man that not only commits crime, he hops on the record, brags, yells, and talks about the crime he commits. But we yell "Stop the violence" when it's a white person that kills us. We yell "Stop the violence" when it's a police officer that kills us. But none of us even know who the fuck Tuka was. None of us even knew who the fuck FB Duck was. But we're talking about smoking on that FB Duck pack, smoking on that Tuka pack. Like these people have mothers and fathers and family members, and because it sounded nice over a beat, because you heard it when you was high as fuck in your friend's car, because you heard it at the club and you was really turned up that night and it just sounded good. Now you're reverberating these negative vibrations, these negative intentions, these negative messages that have kept us in a state of being ignorant niggas and bitches. And that's the only way we listen to each other. Like I'll be on Clubhouse sometimes and I'll be amazed at how quickly I enter a room, and as soon as I start speaking, people immediately start trying to roast me, attack me, and just all around make me feel bad for my articulate pattern of speech, because we have such an aversion to intelligence. We have such an aversion to presenting ourselves in a way that doesn't make us look like ignorant niggas and bitches. Like we're almost afraid to look smart to our peers. And honestly, I just think it reverberates back all the way to slavery, with the smart slave being the one to be murdered, the smart slave being the one to be punished the most, the smart slave being the one put on display and kept closest to master, and sometimes thought they were just as good as the master themselves. So I know that some ignorant niggas and bitches have the aversion to intelligence because they think that the intelligent nigga is the uppity nigga, or trying to be all up master's ass, trying to be white, trying to talk white, as they like to say and shit. But and even like we'll literally have to do stuff like that, put and shit on the end of things, so we don't sound too smart for our peers. So they don't think that we're an outsider. They don't isolate us because as African Americans, we're already isolated. We're 13% of the population, but we make up the highest numbers for the most violent crimes. The most violent crimes being done to us, the highest number of people behind bars and jail, highest number of STDs, highest number of sex trafficking cases, highest number of single parent households, at only being 13% of this nation. So it is a wake up call that we need. And yeah, we've had Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and Dolores Tucker. She's a motherfucker. Instead of trying to help a nigga, we've had these good talking black people that came along, and even when Bill Cosby tried to tell us, hey, you little niggers need to pull up your pants. You do. That is prison fashion. And in prison, that means you're someone's bitch. Why do you think that's what to do? I don't know. But
they do it, and it's so crazy. Even here in Baltimore, they do it on a level. It is insane. It is insane the way that they do it. Like, I've seen dudes have pants sagging, skinny jeans, their drawers showing, and then the top half of their butt crack out. I've seen dudes roll their shirt up with their pants sagging like a girl, like a female.
Again, because someone that you like too much, someone that you following, like literally following, did that, and you thought, and because you saw bitch, oh, they had mad bitches in the video.
That was
Oh
fire.
shit, bitches underneath they post commenting saying that they like it. Like we literally we are a monkey see, monkey do generation.
Look how they look at Future and Russell Wilson. To what y'all talking about.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, Russell Wilson, he a square because he actually treat a woman with respect and actually raising the kids. On the other hand, Future, he a real nigga. He kick her to the curb and make more baby mamas, make another baby mama, have more
kids. Emotional outbursts about it. Again, us talking about.
He didn't have a song about it.
Like there's so many more bitch niggas in this generation. Future is a bitch nigga because he won't stop referencing, he won't stop dissing Sierra and Russell Westbrook.
But he's a real nigga to these guys now.
But you notice they never use the word real man when they say that.
Right. Russell Wilson is the real man.
Instead. That's what we actually call a real man, a lane.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Good point.
Because he's actually standing on quote unquote business by raising, taking care of the household as a real man should.
Exactly.
And a lot of men because a lot of men didn't have that. That's why that's why Future has so many fans that respect his take on what a real man is, or respect his take on Russell Simmons, because they didn't have Russell Simmons. They went out into the streets and saw a bunch of niggas that looked like Future. Was like, yeah,
you to call him everybody but Russell Wilson.
You mean Russell Wilson? Yeah, Russell Simmons.
He to call him Russell Westbrook, Russell Wilson, Russell Simmons.
That boy, he don't even hoop no more.
Yeah, Russell Simmons is in trouble with dealing with women in a bad way, so we'll go with Russell Wilson.
I can tell by his outfit. Him and Diddy probably went to Fashion Week and smacked a bunch of women in a bad way.
Hey,
and they look at Sierra crazy.
Now, so don't be talking about that.
Crazy. They look at Sierra crazy because they say she corny going from the lame dude because he actually treating her as a woman should be treated. It's crazy. Right. This hip hop culture, whatever you want to call it, is contradicting, man.
And that's how. See, you got. It sounds like you got to talk to you like you got to talk to your kids. Sometimes you can start off and they're doing something wrong. Like, okay, Timmy, don't do that again, because if you do this again, you're going to get in trouble. And society does not look at you as a good person if you continue to act up like this. After the second and third time, Timmy don't listen. Then you got to get up in his ass, and you got to yell at him possibly, and actually put a foot in his ass to get him to pay attention. Has learned that
at the end of the day,
going to listen to me pussyfoot around the conversation. I actually have to get in their ass early.
Yep.
And it's
not going to listen to me.
At the end of the day, Deion Cole said it best in one of his stand-up comedy shows. He said, back in the day, we had that good music that just made it where you loved women, where you were that dude that was about that business and everything. Girl, you know I love you, all this stuff like that, right? He said, I'll buy you this, I'll do that. I'll give you the sun, the moon, and the mountains. I'll give you the world. Now he said in music, they be like, I'll give you this dirt.
I remember back when Drake was the sweet guy, and that's what we did to Drake at the beginning of his career. Drake was actually coming out and singing "Beautiful, you're the best I ever had." And what did we do? We called him soft. We called him emotional. We said, "Oh, this ain't hip hop. This is some bullshit." It's like, but nigga, don't you want someone to talk to your mother
with everybody wants? Yeah. So I'm just telling you, like, if you can't handle your business, if you standing out here in this sucker, for lack of better words, just a sucker, all the way around the board. They don't have nothing they don't really have nothing to look up to. Plus the dudes that they do have to look up to, as I said before, to them, because of culture, you don't look as cool coming home with dirty hands. You don't look as cool coming home with dirty boots and making money honestly. We got to do it like they did it, because that's why even T.I.'s son, that's why we want to be out of these streets and stand on business. That's why we got to get our rep from the streets, because this is what they teach you. This is what they teach you.
Right. What Future say? Effing too bad at the same time.
But guess what? You got the cat Lil Dicky. Look at that little fool. Yeah. How big was he? And he rapped about what he came from.
Right.
He didn't rap about shooting nothing up. He rapped about where he came from.
Right. But see, that's because Lil Dicky Jewish. And he real Jewish, like actual Jewish. And he's gonna be he knows a guy who knows a guy
that knows a guy
knows a guy in Hollywood.
Knows a guy.
Yeah. He's gonna be famous regardless. His units are gonna move, and that's what Hi, I'm Dave or the show Hi, I'm Dave is for. But our culture it puts us in a place where we literally get our manhood by taking other people's manhood. We only respect men that are pretty much that have terrible character. Like you find your manhood by terrorizing your own neighborhood, or going to a neighborhood that is literally just as impoverished or as black as yours and terrorizing that neighborhood, or by poisoning it, stealing money from people. Like we only deem we don't like careers. We were literally having a conversation on this show again where women were openly talking about they don't want to date bus drivers. They don't want to date men that have literal like janitorial jobs and shit like that. But it's like, so what? The only male that we see on our TV screens is the rapper, the athlete, the actor. They don't invite Neil deGrasse Tyson to Good Morning America as much as they should. They don't invite our black politicians to the Breakfast Club as much as they should. They do very often, but just like with any politician, we only see them in terms of election season. We only see these people that are supposed to be for our community when they need something from our community. And it honestly stems from a fact of us not really having a strong community to begin with, because we uphold men like our rappers who rap about shooting it the fuck up. Still in those neighborhoods want to shoot it the fuck up. It makes them want to sell the most drugs they've ever sold in. Like,
and then rap, they normalize in taking your chick, not getting your own woman.
Nope.
Taking your own chick. Why you gotta take my?
I never hear about them talking about being good to their own. It's always about taking your woman from you. And it's, again, as men, we listen to that and we never think they're talking about us. We just think, oh, well, I have to be the kind of guy that is this kind of guy that takes other niggas' bitches and shit. And as women, they still respond to being taken away. Like, they still respond to that, which is kind of barbaric in a way. Like, I have more money, I have more clout, I have more fame. So leave this lame nigga that wasn't, you know, a bad boyfriend to you before, but because I'm here. Like, very superficial reasons of which you should choose a man. Whereas we still have men that complain about only being chosen because of their money, their fame, and their clout. It's a perpetual cycle that we keep trapping ourselves in. Like, we want women that want us for us, but the main things we're trying to flaunt about ourselves is how gangster we are, how much money we have, and how much women we've been with.
Well, let me add some more context from the first conversation we were having. This is also being a man is not following other people, following what's right, not following what trends tell you what to do.
Right.
Following your moral compass.
You gotta be a whole person.
Right.
Yep. You gotta have integrity. To quote Randy Martin.
Integrity is a good word for it.
Yes.
There you go.
See, a lot of people don't have integrity nowadays. They just want to follow what seems to be the most popular thing to do right now. If it's popular to disrespect women, then they're going to disrespect women. If it's popular to lay with a woman and not help her at the house, then guys are going to go that direction. Usually, I always say, women, and Sparky, you can attest to this, but you may not attest to this. You tell me. I always say women dress for other women. They, because women care about fashion, what kind of dress they're wearing, what kind of shoes they're wearing over guys. Guys care about if it looks good, but we don't care about where it comes from for the most part. So women first primarily dress for other women, then secondarily for guys. Guys dress for other women. We don't dress for guys.
Right.
But when I say that, I say guys, the Joneses, how we keep up, or how we're supposed to act is directed at how women say how we're supposed to act, or women say how we're supposed to look for the most part. And it's gotten worse in today's world because we don't seem like we have any direction at all on where we're supposed to be at.
It's just like back in the 80s,
women
like women getting all the
if
women.
more women are accepting us, marrying them with that, we're not marrying them, having kids out of wedlock, then guys are going to go in that direction because that's just, it seems like that's the culture nowadays. And if women are okay with it, then we're going to continue doing it. Like I said, if women are okay with us sagging our pants, if women were against sagging our pants for the most part, guys wouldn't do it, is what I'm trying to say. If more women were vocal like, hey, I'm not dating no guys that sagging their pants, we wouldn't do it. Because, like I said, we're not doing it for other guys because what they would call that would be gay. But women can do that. That's not gay. That's just their fashion. That's just how they do things. You know, if they dress up or whatever, they care more about what
I think this is going to get me some pussy. I'm going to wear it. That's the man thought. If this is going to get me some female attention, because you're right, we're not wearing it for us to get around our homeboys and our damn dog. Is that new Dolce and Gabbana? Like, no, we don't do that.
Those guys don't compliment other guys on, oh man, you look great in them pants. We
like
don't
maybe
do
at the most it's gonna be the shoes at the most.
Okay, I see you, bro. You clean. That's about the most you're gonna get.
That's the most you're gonna get. And another point is, if we say that, we're thinking, I want the same thing he has, so I can get the women he has.
Shit, honestly,
Women don't do that. Can I wear it? Women, they don't say, "Well, I'm gonna wear this dress so I can get the same same men she's getting." Like, oh, that dress.
But I do think that women think that though. But I do think that women think that, and let me say why. I don't think that like when women be out here dressing scandalous and out here don't have no fucking clothes on and shit. I don't think that's for other women. That's for fucking niggas. That's so that they can catch the attention of them fucking dudes. They ain't out here dressing like that so that the homegirls is like, girl, you know you look good and the fuck that. Nah, they doing that shit for dudes. They are out here dressing like that for fucking men. And so that they can catch the eye. And think about it. Men want the women that's the eye candy, that's dressed this way, that look this way. Some of them. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm not about to be out here unclothed like that. That's just not who I am. That's not how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Even grown as I am, my mama would still kick my ass about being out here unfucking dressed like that. I just wasn't raised that way. But other women don't, they don't care. It's about what, you know what I'm saying? It's about the man a lot of times. I don't think that shit be about other women. Because women a lot of times won't even tell another woman that they fucking look good. Because sometimes women too damn catty. And they don't. A lot of times women won't big up women and shit like that. Even if they know her fucking hair is laid. They ain't gonna say that shit a lot of times. Women that hate on the other fucking woman. She thinks she fucking cute because her hair is. When all you really want to say is, damn bitch, your hair look good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm not saying 0%. I think it's secondary for guys. I think it's primarily for women. When they go to the club, I don't think guys are really caring about how well a girl's hair looks like. I've seen designs in the hair that would make some carpenters jealous of how they get the designs in their hair. And a guy ain't worried about that for the most part. That's why I say I feel like it's more so for women. It'll catch our eye, don't get me wrong. But after it catches our eye, it's like, okay, now back to
maybe not the hair, but I think the clothes. I really do, because the less clothes she have on, the more attention she's getting from the dudes. It's not because if she getting attention from the women, it's negative attention. We looking at her like, look at this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So she's not getting positive attention from us by dressing so scandalously. That shit is for men.
I agree with both of y'all on it. I think for men, we want the attention. For men, we don't want dude attention. But for men, I would say it's like 99% we want female attention. For women, I would say it's a good mix of they want male attention, but they also want everyone's attention. Like, I don't want girls to come up to me and say how much they love my outfit, but I wouldn't be mad if some bitches was hating because I'm so fine and like women actually do like they do like that aesthetic of I'm not going out so other women compliment me, but I do love when women stare at me because they see how beautiful I am. Women do appreciate that aspect of they do take that into consideration.
Shit, I think men like that too, though. I think men like that. I'm just saying, I think that men like when women admire how they look because how they got their fucking fit put together or their swag, or you might just see it like you even people that you met in your life, they might not be the cutest motherfucker, but you be like something about them. A lot of times it's the swag, it's their confidence, it's the way that they put it together. I think that let me see if I can speak for me. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure that I look like something when I leave the house, or my head look like just whatever for me. Because one, it makes your own self-esteem, it makes your confidence better. When you look better, you feel better, that kind of shit. But other than that, I'm also somebody's mom, so I'm not about to be walking out here looking raggedy, and I'm somebody's woman. I represent all of them when I'm out here moving around. So when I'm getting dressed, when I'm putting my stuff together, I'm thinking about all of that. But everybody don't necessarily, move for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spark, I'm
gonna say this
into it when they're getting ready, because that is a very good point. Women are always thinking about, I have to be presentable when I go out into the world. Whereas men, we have the luxury of sweatpants and hoodie, and like you said, our swag. Like we could literally be sweatpants, hoodie, flip flops, wave cap, and come back home with like 3 or 4 numbers, because a woman is still going to find us attractive if we present ourselves in a appealing enough way. That can't really go that way with a woman that's in pajama pants and bunny slippers and a bonnet.
Right.
I'm gonna say this: if there were no men in the world and it's just women, I think more women would dress up to impress other women versus if there was nothing but men and there's no women. Men would dress up in the most raggediest shit ever, and we would live in boxes and loincloths because we only do it for women. We don't care. Like we be when you see a guy just dress up like a quote unquote bum or whatever, you like, he ain't getting no women like that. Ain't no woman gonna pay attention to him like that. He don't got nobody important. Somebody need to tell him. We really everything we do is for women. Like the cars, the house, the clothes. Other guys look at it and say, "Okay, I'm gonna get that, so I can get the woman he probably gonna get." That's how we look at it.
Attract those things to you, yeah. Like you know that projecting a certain image is going to project, or is going to have certain people gravitate to you. And for men, 9 times out of 10, we're doing things because we've been around boys our whole fucking life. It's easy for us to be around other fucking men. We're tired of that shit. So when we're finally becoming adults, when we start stepping into our individuality, into our manhood, we start doing things to build ourselves that make us more attractive men. With women, I feel as though they pay more attention to detail. Like if it was only women in the world, I don't think they would dress up to impress each other. I think they would only dress up to make sure another woman is not talking shit about her as she comes in to conduct her day. You know what I'm saying? It's not because women, I will say, have more, they'll answer exactly like Sparky said, when they're getting dressed up, it's more for them. Men, we don't, like for us, is we prefer comfortability. That's how we get dressed for us. Women get dressed for, the appearance. I'm projecting us, I'm representing a certain thing. I'm representing myself as a woman, representing myself as a member of my household, as my child's guardian. I'm representing myself on the job. Like women are taught to have more attention to detail like that. And men, we're
3 size too small heels, getting bunions because no comfort in that aesthetic.
Like just for there's no comfort in heels. There's no comfort in wedges. Like there's no comfort in women clothing. And not the clothing that we as men want to see them in either. There's no comfort in that until it gets down to lingerie. For us,
And
like
see, even though there's no comfort in it, women just still put themselves through it to wear it because that's what the man want to see them in.
Right.
That's why I
So
was
I'm just
saying that. Yeah, because if we had the choice, shit, we'd be wearing sweatpants and a hoodie just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that, not but because of the comfort of it, which I got on sweatpants right now. But you know what I'm saying? That just, that's who I am though. But I think that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Primarily, I feel it's for women. I do think women dress up for men too. I just feel primarily because, like I said, we don't care about Manolo Blahnik shoes.
I mean, I think it's a part of. I think it's a part of who we are too. I think like somebody was saying, it's about how we want to be perceived. If you don't want to be perceived a certain way, then you don't wear certain clothes. If you want to be perceived a certain way, you dress for the occasion, that kind of thing. So, I think is to our whole lives, as little girls, we've been playing dress up and, playing in your mom's clothes and jewelry and different things. So it's all about the, being up, you're dressing your dolls, when young girls think about having babies, they think about how cute they are and the little outfits. It's always about the, we've been taught this about the clothes. So I agree. So, some of what you're saying. I think some of that be for men.
I'll give you an even better example. The wedding day. They don't care about what happens with the wedding day. We just we supersede all the responsibilities of you. How your dress is going to look. We don't care. I mean, we care that,
no one ever cares about the tuxes
and designs, but women usually take care of that. That's why there's bridezillas and there's not really Godzillas males when it comes to wedding, because it's not just for guys. It's mostly for women. The wedding is mostly for women. From what I've seen.
Dudes are never like, dog, your tux.
Man, just be like, just tell me where to show up.
Right. Even the ring. The ring can look like a damn a piece of copper for guys, but look at the
man, we only get the wedding band. We don't get we only get a band. We don't get a fucking engagement ring.
And I don't care. I mean, that's fine.
We don't get a diamond to wear around.
Most women are not going when they get married. Like, hey, look at my ring to the guys. They're going to talk to the other women and like, hey, look what I got.
You just see men walk from, hey dog, check me out.
No, this is
flat out. Yeah, your boy done did it.
I'm telling you,
like what she thought she was
like this. There's problems. You can't hold your hands like this.
A lot of bitches, I'm off the market.
It's about to be the weekend. That's crazy. It's about to be the weekend. and people are gonna go to the club this weekend. And it might get cold at night. It's the winter time. There are gonna be some women that's gonna show legs and gonna have heels on, standing in line outside.
Yeah,
to get in the club because they want. Of course, they want the men.
They're gonna put themselves through that uncomfortability,
uncomfortable situation,
half naked in the cold just to get
they
inside.
Know they cold,
and
they know they cold, but they want to make sure they get their attention. Whatever whatever needs
there early and they see us, we ain't gonna have to be in line long.
And I be thinking like, man, like I know these women be cold, but hey. To each his own, of course.
According to a woman, they're going to heat up by the time they get in the club, especially if they're already half naked. The drinks are going to start flowing for them immediately.
That's why you drink before the club. So you heat up for that.
That too. They've usually
women free before 11.
They've usually pre-game with the niggas that they're not going to fuck with. Went over and drink up the alcohol.
They still be cold.
Went over and drank the alcohol.
They still be cold. Ain't no way in hell you sitting out there in them lines.
Come on.
Don't be cold. They ass still be cold. If they say they ain't cold, they tell them to fucking lie. They still be cold. It's a fucking lie. Your ass cold. It's cold outside. Shit, you ain't got no fucking clothes on. It's your cold.
Eyes, legs all out. Short dress.
Pre-gaming or no pre-gaming, they ass be cold. Love you, but you cold, baby. You cold.
How the hell we get from Charleston White to this?
Yeah.
What the hell are we talking about?
I think something about the presentation. We started talking about the difference in presentation, and how the young people do it, and what's acceptable, and what they want, and that's how we got all to this.
Okay. Well, shoot. That being said, let's wrap it up then. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna ask all y'all. So, is the message more important than the delivery? Let's wrap it up on that one.
I mean, no brainer. The message is way more important.
For sure.
Like shit, just to go back to it on the basis level, to go back to Grandmaster Flash and Marley Marl, the message. Like when general audiences first heard that song, they thought that they were glorifying poverty. Broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the curb. No, they just don't care. Like to mainstream audiences back in the 80s, that sound like we're glorifying all the negative things, but the message of the message was, this is what it's like in the projects. This is what it's like in the hood. These are the circumstances that we are living under. And I'm close to the edge because of it. So there will be, you can perceive the delivery of the message to be wrong. You can perceive that's an emotional response, however you perceive that message to be. But once you get over the emotional sting of how you feel hearing that, if the words still ring true, what are you to like? If there's still truth left after your feelings are hurt, what are you gonna do?
Okay. All right, let's move to the next subject. Before I do that, let me see. I got a little rumbling in the background. Let me see who that is. Oh, let's see. I don't hear it now. Oh, LT, put yours back on.
It wasn't me. I know it was.
No, it was you. Wasn't you?
Not fuck that. My sound.
Sparky, put yours on right quick. Ah, there it is. It's a little disturbance in the background. Okay. All right, let's move to the next one. Yeah, this is related to you again, Sparky. We would do. I'm glad you on here so tonight. So it's related to all of us, but it's kind of really going to you with this story. This is dating etiquette on the first date. This lady says, this lady says this is her dating etiquette for making the first date continue. If this is not done during the first date, then the date will not continue. We have a video for this, so I'll let her explain how dating etiquette should be on the first date. And if it doesn't go well or something is not shown correctly, the date will end.
One could be so low.
All right,
that's like the thing. Like I want to, cause I'm be real. I'm not about to sit here and wait, and your dick is not what I like.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, if it's wet, it is little. Cause like we can go ahead and cancel this.
Yeah, right now.
We don't need to be wasting 6 months, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm going.
I really want to be like, honestly, I really, little, if I go,
you gotta ask then.
Wow.
Listen,
they on my ass.
It's to the point to where I honest to God want to do this. Like, if I'm going on a first date with somebody, I want to see your dick.
I be saying all
I'm gonna whip it out in the cinema.
Yeah, I want you to whip that shit. I want to see it. If you need to go to the bathroom, get your shit hard.
We don't need to waste no more time.
So that's crazy. Pick you up.
No, because
you don't gotta whip it out.
But I don't want to do that because it's like, oh my God. Like,
all right, first damn date. All right, this. Whip it out. So, okay, Sparky T, is this dating etiquette 101 first date? This must be done? Or the date must end after
Hell no. I mean, so on the flip side, is it okay for a nigga to ask her to whip her coochie out on the first date because he want to see if her shit stretch the fuck out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If dudes start doing that, the bitches would be offended. You know what I'm saying? If on the first day, he's like, well, let me see how many fingers I can stick in there to see how much you stretched out. And she would be offended. You know what I'm saying? He asking her, she asking him to whip it out. That's too much. I mean, I get it. Nobody wants to waste their time. You don't want nobody with no whack sex. I get it. But shit, it's even stuff out there now that can help him if he ain't. You know what I'm saying? So if it's just about that to me, that just go to show, like, where her mind is at, basically, and not just about sex. It's like the level to, like, damn, on the first date, just whip it out. Come on, man.
I mean, I thought so many women were just pissed at getting dick pics, so she wanted to see it up live in person, or the date just ends.
Yeah, so it's like, am I supposed to whip my dick out?
She said you can even go to the bathroom and get it hard. She even said, well, if he need to go to the bathroom and get it hard or whatever, like, damn, okay.
What is he thinking about when he goes to the bathroom? Her or something else? It's like in
Right.
the middle of the dinner date, like the food's gonna get cold by the time he get back. Hopefully, he washes his
And that also lets me know that some women also don't have an understanding of dick or penis, because to put me under the kind of pressure to where I have to go prove if my dick is up to your standard in the middle of our date, and I'm just supposed to go into a dirty ass public bathroom and get my dick hard.
That's pressure.
You're
right
not
there.
helping. You're not about to suck my dick on the first date, but you want me to go get it hard and bring it back to you to see if you would want to suck it later on. Maybe, possibly. It's like the only thing that you're saying your time, like good sex is the only thing that's worth your time. So it's like, how would you even know if my sex is good just by looking at my dick? That's like if I just asked you to pull your pussy out and I looked at it like, yeah, you might be able to fuck. Pussy might be good.
You know, it's probably the same way we used to do before. This is probably a little bit before your time, LT, just a little bit before cell phones had cameras to them, and we had to go on blind dates or talk over the phone to a blind date, and we had to figure out if the person looked good or not based off their voice.
I know what y'all did. Y'all had chat lines. Y'all had like vibe line.
Nah, dude, we before chat lines, we were still using typewriters, and nowadays me and Sparky T, hate to throw you out there, Sparky, but yeah, we about the same age, so we had typewriters.
Oh, I ain't tripping. I'm 50.
It was more your time too, Tim. I had to throw you out there too. You were youngin' over there. You know about typewriters. I had typewriters in high school. My school was poor and behind the times.
Mavis Beacon, 8.
That's the same thing I guess she's doing is, you know, she want to see it, and based on what she sees, she's going to determine whether this person is the purpose of going on a date, I thought, was to find a suitable mate for the future. But she's really just trying to find a sex partner or somebody that's going to be an OnlyFans participant, seems like.
I know I was playing around throwing the Bible out.
Uh-oh.
I know I was playing around
Bible
throwing
a lot
the
of
Bible
wrinkles in it. What's that Bible from? The 800 BC? Let me see that Bible again.
Yeah, done put some work in this Bible.
Put that Bible back on this video. Let me see that thing. That thing had a lot of wrinkles in it. Yeah.
God damn, boy. This was like
A lot of highlights.
I didn't know you lived by the Black Sea.
You live by the book. You were born by the book. When that thing came out.
Your Bible include the book of Enoch, the book of Judas, the book of Mary Magdalene, the second book of Cain and Abel, the third book of Cain and Abel with their brother Seth.
Hey, clearly, I'm gonna call it for what it is, man. Clearly,
what is?
She is not marriage material, man.
Nah.
Because what wholesome woman talks like this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like, there's the pros and cons with this whole social media thing. It just goes to show everybody don't need a podcast, man. Because some of these people get on this internet and just be talking crazy. This is crazy. I know my segment at Jiffyville Entertainment, I got a thing called I Don't Do Crazy. This, I don't do crazy. Like, come on, man. Like LT, like you said, like in Sparky T, just like whip it out and just get it hard. Like, what's that supposed to prove? You know what I'm saying? You ain't worrying about what's in my mind or what's in my heart. You just trying to see how hard my thing is. You don't even know how the motion is. You just trying to see how it look like. You can Google it.
I'm saying you could pay for a male escort. Like, you don't got to. You trying to get a meal and some dick. That's what it is. You trying to get them both for free. That's what I'm saying.
She's not going to pay for it. She's going to let
like women let us know up front. You can't get this pussy for free, but you want a meal and dick for free. $99.
She gonna be the same one talking about there ain't no good guys out there. But I was like, what do you? That guy's gonna take the offer. So most guys are going like, no, I'm gonna take the offer. You gonna give me some free sex? Yeah, I'm gonna take the offer. If I ain't gotta pay for the cow, then shoot, go ahead and give him the milk for free.
The way you said it, it's a mind fuck to us when sex is free, because we already know even if you give it to us this first night. At some point, we're paying for it down the line. So we go into our sexual interactions knowing that us as men, sex is never ever going to be free. I mean, hopefully that's what these dates are about. You just fuck with my vibe enough to where you want to see my dick on your own later, instead of me pulling my dick out before the appetizers even make it to the table. Like, that's fucking, like, what if we in a family restaurant? Like, that's...
Hey, the movie Boys
like,
in the Hood. The movie Boys in the Hood, all right? Nia Long, you know, Cuban Gooding Jr., he was trying to slide up in there, but she had morals, right?
And his ass was a virgin anyway, his lying ass.
Yeah, this dude trying to get in, he don't even know what to do. But the point
she had morals until he was trying to win an Academy Award halfway through the movie. Like, oh, the way he pushed me, he was so sexy. I'm about to give it to him tonight. All those morals went out the window.
But she made him work for it.
Did she?
Did she?
Did she though?
Did she? Dang, I'm about to throw this analogy out the tray.
Did she? What dates did they go on?
I don't even remember their romance in that movie, for real. I'm gonna be honest with you. Their romance was kind of forgettable.
Right. What romance? It wasn't a romance.
Well, she at least made an attempt to, like, hey, I'm waiting for marriage. Now they don't make no attempt. Maybe I can say that. At least she made an attempt.
Go ahead.
He was in high school though. Yeah. She should be waiting for marriage. She should wait until she turned 18.
I know it's hard to think about because everybody in that movie was in like their early 20s talking about I'm 17.
Yeah.
She probably was one that she wanted to live the next day. Everybody was about dead in that movie by the end of it, so she like, might as well go ahead and give it to him. He almost died trying to follow Ice Cube, trying to kill the dude that killed his brother. So he's like, man, let's give this dude some.
He should. The good thing he got out. You know what I'm saying? Good thing he got out the park.
But yeah, it just like,
I got your analogy though.
Yeah, back in the day, you know that men had to work for it. Let alone had to get the ring and do it the the biblical way, or
yeah, the court.
Yeah, I'm about to say, they didn't date back in the day though.
I think about it like this. Remember in the Temptations movie, how that nigga Otis came over to old girl, how he had to bring his band and sing to her. Like that's how our R&B music videos used to be. The dude would follow the girl around singing to Earth Angel. Hey girl, I know you see me talking to you. Will you be mine? Follow this girl all the way home singing to her. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Johnson. Your daughter just so beautiful. I was wondering if it was okay with you. I'd like to take her to the drive-in theater this Friday night, if that's fine, ma'am. You got to show up with flowers and candy and shit. You got to ask them, like you had to converse with a young woman's parents. You know what I'm saying? They had to see her off. There was a passing of the threshold, so to say. Like there was actual dating back in this shit. I don't know what I was thinking about in the Temptations movie, but that man Otis, knowing he was not the singer, called his homeboys just so they could sing at this woman that he was trying to follow home. All he did was ad-lib, because Otis has no singing voice.
I want to ask a question. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
I just real quick, like I don't want to be offensive when I say this, but like, will her mom and dad be proud of hearing that?
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Tim, because I was just about to say, imagine, the back in the day, courting, whatever you did, you go and tell the father, I think he's a good man, Dad. I think we're going to get married. Oh, well, what qualities does he have? He got a dick, Dad. He got a dick, Dad. Oh, all right, then. Well, I had a dick too. Maybe y'all should get married.
He like, yes.
He's a good man.
Crazy.
Come on.
Crazy.
Let me see his dick. I'm like, whoa, Daddy, no.
Good man. Well, I got to see this young man. He's like this. Well, I got to see that. You got to bring this young man to dinner and whatnot.
Oh, man.
And he's got to whip it out for me. He's got to whip it out for your father.
Show me what you're working with.
So, my daughter wants to call you daddy, huh?
Your daddy got a bigger one than that, baby. What you doing? Daddy,
that's when, as a father, you show up to dinner, you already got your dick out. Your dick is, hey, how you doing, young man? And you already got your dick out.
Let your mama see what you're working with, baby.
You know the
Hey,
sad
baby,
part
come
about
here, look at
it
this man dick. See what he got.
it's a lot of people with this mindset.
Johnson.
That's the sad part about it. Now it's just women, but men too.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course, he gonna take the bait, so to speak, and he gonna show it off because he know what he gonna get. She already told him. If she accepts that is.
Yeah. I just be thinking about the people that's like, because everybody's not outside. Like, for example, me, I don't live the quote unquote outside out here. Whatever's thrown at me, I take it. You know, I was raised to, wait till you're married, all that type of stuff. I'm not saying I'm the perfect saint. I ain't, failing the temptation, but like I stand on morals. I stand on morals.
Moral code.
Yeah, like right now, I'm single right now, and the whole thing that lifestyle she talking about to me is played out. I was never really into it in the first place, but now at the age where I'm at now, I'm 35. I don't have time for that. I want that. I look forward to those people that have been married 30, 40, 50 years. That's the type of lifestyle I want. I want that. So like this type of language, it goes in my rear view mirror from out the gate. I hear stuff like this. It's crazy, man.
And to be so
single,
fragrant and so free with yourself like this. See, this is why you guys have to worry about lawsuits and stuff like that popping up left and right, because they are sharing themselves with women left and right like this, and women are, if they are getting sexually assaulted, this is why stuff like this is happening. You increase the time for that to happen with these free guys instead of settling down with one guy.
Right.
Chances of this of happening are higher than they were back in the day.
Right.
You have a high chance of meeting a immoral guy that can sexually assault you, so to speak. Right. And a guy has a higher chance of meeting someone that could falsely accuse them because they're not settling down for one person. They're just spreading themselves from woman to woman like this. So this is another reason why marriage is a great thing at a younger age.
Right.
Than just putting yourself out there and showing your dick off at any Arby's restaurant.
Because we didn't even text about this first. Like we wasn't sexting, or like we wasn't even talking. Like we just got on this date, and out of nowhere, you just asked me to whip my dick out. Like, and again, if I were to do that, that shows that I am a man that is easily susceptible to just doing what's asked of me, which is not a man.
Do you care about body count at this point?
Honestly, not like. And that's something that you figure out over time when you get to know someone. Like we begin our interactions in such a state of not respecting the person as a person, because that's what you truly have to do in order to make that kind of request. You have to only see this person as a sexual object meant to please you. Crazy. Like you have to only see you have to see them as a possession. You have to see them as something that is here for you to enjoy.
Yeah, and to jump on another point too, with our society is set up now, and I'm blaming both men and women on this, because women have gotten to a point, they say they've always been at a point, they say they do not want to be objectified. Now that I could have believed 30 years and 40 years and so much time ago. Today it's so confusing, with OnlyFans and such. So we don't want to be objectified, but we want to be respected. And men are being weak to it. And I mean, women wouldn't objectify themselves if men didn't go out there and ask for it. To Sparky T's point, where she was talking about how women dress.
We didn't give it the reaction in
ways. There's this. She's a rapper, but I don't know any music from her. But she's on OnlyFans now. Ruby Rose.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I saw, black girl. And
I thought that
there was an article I saw the other day. Where this guy, she got to meet one of her OnlyFans fans, and he has spent $60,000.
Come on, man! Oh my goodness!
And it's like you are susceptible to women. To many women.
60,000?
60,000. Like, he does nothing for him except what's done on camera. That should be going to your girlfriend or your wife. Go get a woman. And there's a lot, and this is why OnlyFans is winning right now. This is why porn streams are winning right now, because guys have put sex too much on a pedestal instead of what a human being is. We put the act of sex on a pedestal too high above of morality of dealing with a woman's.
Sex has always been on a pedestal. I'll wager.
And we have objectified women too much now. We don't respect women.
$60,000 is crazy.
$60,000. You got to have some what you would call dick discipline, and I don't think
never had
guys
that
do at this point.
Prostitution is one of the oldest professions. Literally, that is the one thing. And when we conquer a nation, we keep the women and children. They kill the men, they keep the women, because a woman is always useful. You can put a baby in that, and you can, grow your army. You can grow more of your civilization. Sex has always been the most profitable thing throughout every culture, every civilization on the planet Earth. Like, the sex trafficking industry, as dark as it is, literally touches every major industry in our nation and on our planet, whether it be military, government, entertainment, media, like anything of the sort. Like, sex dominates our culture, and it has been doing so for countless millennia. And even though it's taboo in some areas and some time periods, it's more taboo than others. It's always going to be profitable, and sometimes even more so because of that. So it's men's response to it, but we're also the ones in charge of it. Because for a man to put $60,000 into the pockets of an OnlyFans model, it's weird. But that also creates a cycle of this woman not being able to do anything other than OnlyFans. I mean, unless she takes it and puts it into another business, which is always possible out of the realm. But people get comfortable in situations that, I could do that, but playing with my pussy on camera is so much easier than actually building a business from it's easier to do the thing with less moral integrity than it is to do the thing that is paying me loads and loads of money that doesn't have that much integrity to it. I'll sell as men, we'll sell the poison and violent messages to our youth, and our women will sell the oversexed up messages to our youth as well.
That's mentally weak for somebody just to spend that type of money on.
That's
something.
crazy. $60,000 daggone
That's
dollars.
a lot. That's a
money.
hefty investment. He could have had.
That's some people yearly salary.
You ain't tricking if you got it. That's what Tip said.
Oh my god.
Right.
For that, like, you could have you know how many real life blowjobs he could have paid for.
Well, he probably one of the guys that probably couldn't just get those on a regular way. Wait, okay, you talking about
the way the internet is set up, you can pay for. There are so many, like, Craigslist was not the only site to. Craigslist and Backpage were not the only sites of which to find prostitution. There are so many sites, like, literally, some of these OnlyFans girls, you can pay to have sex with them. Like, you can pay, like, you can pay it. You can have sex with an actual porn star. Like Victoria Cakes, Pinky, fucking like you can pay, fans can pay to have sex with actual porn stars. $60,000, you could have had sex with one of these, and it might have been the case.
It wasn't all at once. Now, let me just say that it was over.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm saying, but he could have been one of the people in these videos, in the content that, you know what I'm saying. So I'm hoping that, you know what I'm saying. I was about to say more men need to be of ownership in the sex industry, but we should probably. That's kind of why we're in the state that we are in.
All Hollywood in the music industry.
That's why we're in the state.
That's why we're getting in trouble now.
It's an industry of itself. Like, it's literally something to profit off of. And once you enter money, which is the root of all evil, into something, the thing that we were initially doing when we first were created as humans to procreate, and literally just that, to procreate and maybe have some fun sometimes. Now we're selling it. Now we literally, I was watching as I'm watching YouTube videos, the ad pops up and it's for a fucking smoothie, granola smoothies, granola, strawberry, chocolate in it, and the voice that's narrating the commercial is smooth, savory peanut butter, chocolate with nuts. It's like, why are you trying to be so sexy as you're selling me a granola bar?
Man,
it sells.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
yeah. What's that gum commercial that be showing people in dates and stuff? Is it Zero?
Orbit,
whatever.
Because I know that's dirty mouth. You clean it up with Orbit.
Nah, it's one of the gums that it show always somebody about to get it in that fresh breath. I forgot the thing.
Yeah, because doesn't it say something about it makes your mouth juicy or something? It makes some kind of line. The one about the one where they're on the date. Because it was like, are they selling the gum or are they selling sex?
Exactly. It's crazy, man.
Oh, you know what? That makes me think about, I don't know what product this is for. It's for something for financing. And the people in the commercial say, we hate financing, but they don't say financing. They say, are you trying to get my husband to F? And they're trying to say financing, but they don't say financing. What's it for, LT?
Yeah, it's for financing. We don't say the F. Like, they cover their children's ears. Like, we can help. Like, they were looking. I want to say it's not Sears. Sears when that it's some appliance store, and they're like, yeah, we can help you finance this refrigerator. And they're like,
and the woman says at one point, are you willing to work with how little he has? And it was like, supposed to be talking about money, but you know what it, kind of implying. Yeah. Sex sells.
Because we're always thinking about sex. Sex is always like, think about it. The things that we care most about, or the things they try to stick in our tabloids the most about our celebrities, are who's secretly gay, who's cheating on who's got a baby by who. Now this baby is grown up and they're dating this person's baby who's grown up and shit. Like, we care too much about the intimate bedrooms of people that we shouldn't care that much about. Like, artists are they're literally just supposed to be things that we go in, people that we go and enjoy in small bursts. But we kind of look to our artists and our entertainers to be our leaders and our saviors in a sense. And they're not saving us from anything. They're just selling us things. And the things they're selling us have always been violence and sex. Violence and sex, because the two things are pretty related emotions. Like, rage and lust are pretty related emotions. Like, if you have great passion for someone that you want to fight, it's also that kind of great passion that'll lead you to want to fuck someone.
I know we said it before in this podcast. I say it again. That movie Cloning Tyrone, a great film. It talks about a lot of what we all talking about.
It's gonna be relevant for like the next 20 years. I can't wait for the Book of Clarence. It's a black biblical movie. It's got Lakeith Stanfield, some other black, Tiana Taylor. I want to say, I think she was in that thing. Executive produced by Sean Carter. Happy belated birthday to that camel. A whole bunch of black people in it. But yeah, it's about this dude named Clarence in ancient biblical times that decides to be a prophet and go against the Roman Empire. And you know what I'm saying? That's always gonna be relevant. The Roman Empire.
There's already been a flack about the movie being blasphemous.
They say that, and they're literally releasing a movie about Napoleon.
Oh, it's already out. Or it's pretty good.
A movie about Napoleon. A French dictator literally shot off the nose of the Sphinx. Conquered more of the known world than Alexander the Great, all because he was following in behind Alexander the Great, a known bisexual. That's neither here nor there, but now it's there. We know that about it.
All right, let's move to the last subject for tonight. This one's another video. This lady, I don't know what her exact name is, but she seems to be a dating expert, and she's talking about certain words that women should not say to men in relationships. Let's pop the video up here right quick.
About that thing. Whip it out.
That women are known to use that will actually cause a man to disconnect, He'll disconnect emotionally. It shuts him down emotionally and physically. So the first group of words are words that blame and accuse. It causes a man to become defensive. I mean, though blaming and accusing words is going to cause anybody to be defensive, but especially, you know, a lot of times women, because we can get critical, we can get naggy, right? And, you know, these are really words like victim words. You always, you never. And women will use those words to exaggerate their point, but men are really literal. So when you say, well, you never take me out on a romantic date, he'll be like, well, we went out 3 months ago.
Yeah.
We went out last year.
Yeah.
For a woman, that
Bringing
is not
up
enough.
all the accounts.
Right? But, you know, they're just literal. It's like, well, that's not true. You know, we went out the other day for coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, but I didn't feel like that was romantic enough. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just have to be careful about those kinds of words. It's going to turn him off. It's not going to draw him into a good connection with you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Someone whipped it out on your face. Red censored.
I'm trying to get the thing. Oh, where is it? All right, there we go. All right. So I'm gonna just go around the panel on this one. What do you think about what she said about certain words that can make guys feel in a defensive mode? It feels like they're being accused of something that maybe they didn't do. She's like, I can agree with that. When she said, when I've heard some people say, you always do this or you never do this. And I sit back and think about, well, yeah, I did like 2 weeks ago. Like on the 7th at 7:30 p.m. I did take you out to eat. But I've learned to understand that just means it's not a lot. If you haven't taken her out, she means you don't take her out a lot. She may mean 30 times within 6 months and you've only taken her out 2 times. But some guys will look at it like, what? Yeah, literal, like, yeah, wait a minute. I did take you out 3 weeks ago. And what do you mean never? And you're accusing me of never doing this. That word is wrong. Never means 0. I've looked at things like that, but I've learned to realize that it's not literal for some women when they say that. When you mean you never, it means not a lot. But, do y'all agree with that, Sparky T? I'll go with you first. Do you agree that women do use those type of words sometimes when they're in a discussion or argument, whatever?
I think people across the board. I think people across the board use those words sometime when they're in a discussion, and I don't think that you should. Usually, when you're using those words, you're exaggerating. You're exaggerating to try to make your point. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's just it's something that I practice. I try not to do the always and the never. There's a couple other ones with it too, but like she said, she did say it would make anybody defensive, but she was like, really, man, I think it can make anybody defensive. And I think it, like you said, it puts you on like for me, instead of me even listening all the way to what you're saying, now I'm sitting in my mind, rolling through my calendar to see when I did it or when I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, yeah, I did 2 weeks ago on this day. I'm doing the same thing. So if I'm doing that though, I'm not wholeheartedly listening to the rest of what you're saying because now I'm trying to get my rebuttal, whatever. But I just think they're not good words to use because we know that nobody really does anything all the time, and they never do anything. You know, you're exaggerating. So lay off those all the time type words.
Okay, LT, you what do you think about what the lady had to say about that?
I don't. Well, actually, I say this more often than I would actually like to, but that white lady was absolutely correct. Yeah, that's effective because she's exactly right. It's something that me and my girlfriend both do to each other, catch ourselves doing to each other a lot, saying always or never, being 100% absolute, which is an exaggeration of your point. And I agree with that because I am very literal of a person. If you tell me I never do something, that is going to trigger in my mind all the times in which I did something that you didn't come in the room and say, oh, thank you for doing that thing that I say that you never do. You know what I'm saying? That's what me as a man, I start thinking. I was like, so I did this time. You ain't gonna say shit. You only say shit when I don't do it. So that's how I know that it's not that I never do it. It's that when I don't do it. So it really does put you in a situation of feeling like you have to defend something that you know that you have done, or that you're not the to blame for. And I feel like it is a bit of a blaming way to speak that kind of makes a man feel like a little boy. It makes a man feel like his mother is speaking to him again. And that's what puts him on his heels. And like I said, I feel like it's something that both men and women do. I feel like when men do it, because I know I do it sometimes as well. But yeah, that's a sense of me trying to get my point across in a way that if I really stopped and think about it, I'm only reacting to it because I'm emotionally in a different kind of mood that I would like to speak about on well. Like basically, it's just not that. So the ways in which we communicate are very particular, and we do kind of have to be more considerate about it. But yeah, we kind of talk selfishly because we're hyper prioritizing how we feel versus how we want the person to. We want the person to know how we feel, but we don't really do an effective job of helping them to understand. We kind of just try to kind of manipulate them or hurt them into understanding.
So in this case, would the delivery matter over the message?
Let's see. That's a good point. Would the delivery matter over the message? The message, just like you said at the beginning, the message is if a woman is saying this, she feels as though, because my answer to a woman saying that you don't take me or you never take me out, my response could literally just be, yes, I do. And I could walk out the fucking room and never, because if it was literally 3 days ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, but I'm literal in my mind, I do take you out. You're wrong. You can't say I never take you out because I have taken you out before. You know what I'm saying? I could end on that, but she still feels as though she hasn't been taken out enough for her liking. Her love language is expressed in going out, or not even just her love language. That's just what she likes to do as a person. That's a part of her personality trait. She likes to go out and do things. If she's expressing that to me, her delivery may be wrong, but if I care enough about her, I should at least consider hearing her out and saying, okay, so, and that's when effective conversation has to be had. Instead of telling me that I never take you out, tell me that you would like to go out. That's when I start getting into telling people how to speak to me. Because it could be kind of dickish, but you kind of have to teach people how to speak to you if you feel as though they want to make a point, but they're doing it in a way to makes them look like or sound like a victim, like they're blaming you for something. You gotta have to help people not blame you for shit that they're trying to get you to do for them.
All right. Tim, do you agree or disagree with the lady's advice here?
Yeah, I agree. I believe, this type of language a lot of times come from, I guess we gonna say, quote unquote, heated moments. You know what I'm saying? Relationship. You always this, or you don't never do that. It comes from that high, energetic, emotional, built up, I don't know whatever you want to call it, just at the heated moment, and like Sparky T and LT was saying, it's important to, even in those type of moments, to be respectful and be mature. For some reason, I want to say emotional mature, if that's even a word or a term. I want to say, okay. It's very important to be emotional mature because, stuff like that can really, in a lot of cases, it shouldn't, but at the same time, it do make or break a relationship or the tempo of the relationship, because some arguments can make the tempo last a month or two, or really be in a downslope to where the relationship is about to be over. Over a bad argument from, you don't never do this, you don't never do that, and clearly, the truth, the matter is like you have, but it's just the emotion is just so high instead of just being mature and everybody. That's why it's really important to just if you gotta take a moment to just get a little breather, step outside or whatever, and talk to each other in a mature space, because nothing really comes from that type of language. So, you know, I 100% agree with, you know what I'm saying, that lady was saying. With me, you know what I'm saying, especially at the age where I'm at, I don't even talk to people in general that want to raise their voice. I like, hey, you know, I'll go ahead and step on now if you need me to, or whatever the case be. This ain't no competition, you know what I'm saying, of who can yell or who can degrade each other. You know, I want to make sure I'm respectful and I expect the same. So that language right there, you know, I try to stay away from. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I agree with it.
That's a good point, Tim. At that point, when either someone's voice is raised or they're saying these absolutes, you never or you always, it's a pissing contest. And it's going to start off that way. And the person who receives it that way, then they're going to piss back and tell you all the things that they've done. And it's not really a discussion. It's an argument at that point.
Right. Or all the things that you never and that
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to shoot back. Well, what about all the things you don't do?
I don't take you out because you always do this.
Yeah.
I don't
And
take you out because you always, or you never get ready in time. You're never ready in time, or you're
At this
always
point,
mad.
it's
when
a
they
12-round
shut
bout.
down.
Yeah.
And
And
this
a lot
is
of
a
times,
12-round bout.
what you shoot back has nothing to do with the discussion.
Right.
Because I always stop and think about it. If I'm always doing this, or I think that you never do this, why are either of us here? Like, if you really have that idea of me that I'm always me, or I'm always grumpy in the morning, or I never take you anywhere. If you truly think that about me, why are you with me? And yeah, like, I agree with what she's saying, because there's much more effective ways to communicate to get your point across. If what you're trying to say is you're not getting enough of what you want out of this relationship, out of this situation, or out of this interaction. It's kind of like trying to verbally reprimand someone, because to tell them that they're always doing something or to never doing something, that's negative reinforcement. You're negatively speaking to them about something that, and you're trying to get them to understand it in a way that's like, you really don't want them to think that they do anything good at all. You want them to think that they always have a negative, or they always have a negative pattern of events, or they never do anything positive. And go ahead.
My bad. And I was just asking, can I ask all three of y'all something real quick?
Go ahead.
And on the top of what you talking about, LT, have y'all ever been in a conversation where your partner was like, you know what, I might as well just be by myself then? Have y'all ever been in that type of situations?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's like I'm talking to myself anyway, so might as well be by myself.
Of course, I've had somebody say that before.
Okay.
And my smart ass had something back to say. Well, shit, you might be better to be by your damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it becomes a piston contest.
Yeah.
And like you here anyway.
It's negative reinforcement. Like, you think talking down to me is going to make me step up somehow?
Right. Nah. I was telling somebody that not that long ago. Like, if all you do is reinforce the negative things, if you like you said, it makes you think about every time that you have done it and you ain't even acknowledge that I did the shit. You know what I'm saying? It makes you start being like, well, if all you ever have is something negative to say about what I don't do, you know, like, what are you saying about what I am doing? Because I'm doing a whole hell of a lot, but you ain't speaking on that.
Right.
It do feel like a slap in the face. Like, dang, what I'm here for. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, well, you can't say that. What am I here for then? You know?
It's a slap in the face, man. It's like,
I might as well go home.
Because it's like the things that you are doing, they're not like, you could literally, if it's about you leave dishes in the sink. You know what I'm saying? You don't never clean your dishes. You don't never wash your dishes and put them up. You always just leave them in the sink for someone else to do. You'll take note of that and you'll try to change that. Like, it's in those situations where you actually try to change that and do your dishes more often. and they never say anything about it. They never at least say, "Hey, I noticed that you've been doing that or whatever." And it's the time that you slip up, you fall asleep before you do it, and you know what I'm saying, they wake you up with a cold bucket of water or some shit. Like all hell is broken loose because you know there's a whole bunch of dirty dishes in the motherfucking sink from last week. And you're just like, but damn, for the past 3 months, I've been washing the dishes and shit. I've been cleaning the whole kitchen top to fucking bottom.
Hey, that's a good point though, LT. And it's like I see a lot of couples, they don't highlight the improvement part. But like you said, the moment they like forget to do whatever they ask them to do better in, like you said, all hell breaks loose. And like that's so lame, man. Like you supposed to, you know, congratulate your partner. Thank you for listening. You know what I'm saying?
Because that truly helps someone, you know what I'm saying, feel as though the things that I do aren't going unseen. They matter. And yeah, just like we really understate how much a thank you and I appreciate you, you know, really goes for a person. But it's almost like we understand how far our words go when we choose to use hyperbole, like always and never. You know, because we want to drive home the extent of how we feel when we feel like our feelings or our desires are not met. But when they are met, we don't have the same effort or we don't have the same enthusiasm to say, "Hey, thank you for meeting my needs and desires." That was really cool.
Yeah.
We are out of time here. We're gonna wrap it up and we're gonna go to the deepest thought for tonight. Weird one I saw and had to add to the show tonight. Yeah, they're always weird, but yeah.
My bad. That was hyperbole. They're only weird sometimes. My bad.
You don't never listen to them, no way. I might as well just go.
Well, you know what the fuck am I even here for? Then I might as well be listening to them by myself.
What's that Chinese man say? Emotional damage.
All right, guys. Here is your deepest thought.
Andrew McCutcheon. Yeah, 2013 reigning MVP. Batting 317. He's got the long dreadlocks, you know. Sometimes, Jim, I wish I had dreadlocks. I wish I was black. Oh, no, I didn't even say that.
What?
Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, shit.
Sometimes I wish I was black. Wait, no, I don't.
Sports Center top 10.
Oh shit! Oh
Hey,
man, I can't wait for February. Oh my god,
Hey.
I'm gonna have that on a loop.
Hey, look, the woke community, we don't say dreads, we say locks.
They're locks. My one.
Because they gonna correct them right there.
Yeah, there's nothing to dread about them.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I don't think he was tripping on the dreadlocks. He was tripping on wanting to be black for a second. He was like, wait a minute, no, what am I talking about?
He realized he forgot he was on the mic.
He forgot, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I want to be Kodak Black.
Because he was like, oh my god, that looks so cool. I wish my hair could do that, man. I wish if I was a black guy, my hair would do that. It'd be so fucking cool, man. I mean, get all the bitches. Man. Wish I were black. Oh, snap. Hang on.
Kool-Aid with sugar.
All right. That was the deepest thought, and that is the end of our show. This is me, Big Red, wrapping it up. Thanks for coming on, Tim. Another episode, man. Wakanda, forever, vibranium forever. And
I might have a new cell phone the next episode.
Man, I hope you do. I hope somebody sell you a new cell phone. That thing, it never works. It never charges.
That new Razor they got. Did they got a new Razor out?
I don't know. Nah, Tim gonna get him a Nokia.
Oh, you gonna get them old phones when them folding joints.
He would get Nokia so he can play that Snake game on there. Classic Snake. Thanks for coming on, Tim, LT. Go ahead and leave your parting shots. I know you got something. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Get us canceled for 2024 coming in.
Goddamn right. In Shalom, Shalah. Goddamn. Let's see. Diddy did that shit. That's gonna be my. That's how I'm ending the year. Hashtag Diddy did that shit. He finally released a statement saying he's innocent of everything. Nah, fuck that. Diddy did that shit. Diddy a billionaire. Diddy been sucking out like Diddy. He with them Jewish community motherfuckers too. Him and goddamn who was his boyfriend? Fucking white dude. Damn, white dude just came out the closet bisexual not too long ago. Owner of a record. Look, we gonna close out Hanukkah by exposing the lies of the false Hebrews and the Romans. And we're gonna have an amazing Kwanzaa. We're gonna celebrate Ramadan. I got some dashikis. It's gonna be real festive. And we're gonna free Palestine. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna free Palestine, and we're gonna not go see.
All right.
Not go see what?
Napoleon.
Joaquin Phoenix. I didn't like Jim
Carrey. Sparky T, thanks for coming on. Any parting shots before we leave?
No, not really. I was about to lie and say not really and then say so. Everybody just be safe. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the holiday season. You know, people get to acting crazy and different things. Everything's a little more tense and the hustle and bustle. But I feel like it don't even need to be all that. I was having that discussion with somebody the other day. It's for my family, I do all the time. You know what I'm saying? I constantly give of myself. So during this time of year, I don't feel like I need to go ridiculously, overboard or whatever. I ain't doing it. But, the stress of the holidays and all that too. Everybody need to do some self-care, take time, meditate and think about themselves, think about the real reason for the season if they're into that, whatever they celebrate. But just stay positive and be grateful for all that we have. We have a lot. No matter what we don't have, we have a whole lot. Being grateful for what we do have get us a whole lot more. So that's it. I'm just kind of there right now.
That's real.
I'm gonna jump on that point right there. LT and Tim in Fayetteville. I saw something beautiful today. I thought it was beautiful anyway. We got plenty of panhandlers in our town, and usually I ignore them because find out a lot of them go playing games. They're really not that poor. They got nice homes and stuff like that. But this one I was inclined to believe, but it wasn't even because I thought he was poor. It was because of his creativity. He was on he was on Eastern Boulevard. And he was on the median, and he was at the traffic light, and I'm getting ready to turn left onto Grove Street, right? And the man,
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, the man had a cardboard sign, white guy. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm on my last leg. And the man had one leg as he's holding his sign up. And I thought that was so creative. I didn't even care that he was poor or if he was really homeless. I just like the creativity in the signs. If more panhandlers and homeless people would put creativity, put some glitter, put some sparkles on them.
They do. We were just talking about that here in Charlotte. Well, okay, so here in Charlotte, like I'm kind of the same way. I can respect the hustle, like in it. The fact that I had a lady that she had cut out like all her letters or something, and it was on like a neon, you know what I'm saying? It was like on something neon green.
You know what? She took time. Somebody else said, I didn't see somebody with glitter. And I appreciate the people that are dance. I appreciate the people that are dance. Because now you don't want me to just give you some money for nothing. At least you want to perform a service. You want to make me laugh. You want to do something to earn the dollar that you asking me for. So yeah, I get with their creativity too. But somebody was literally just asking me that because they were saying that the person they saw had their sign on cardstock. Like they had went and gotten a poster board. And I was like, well, shit, with all of the panhandling people out here now, you got to do something to stand out. Yeah. You out here talking about the fact that they got a damn poster board. So since you're talking about it, clearly they did it right, even if they went and got a poster board. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to spend money to make, you got to spend money to make money too. So they went and bought that poster board and did whatever they had to do, put their creativity in it, you know, might have made somebody smile or whatever. They putting something back into the universe, at least something back into it instead of just, you know, I agree with you. I agree. And I'm more inclined to give them dollars. I give them dollars and I give the old black men dollars a lot of times. Because the old black men make me think about that could be my daddy if he was still living. Not it could be him because I would never let him be in that predicament. But that's what it reminds me of, that if we don't take care of our elderly, that you know could literally be. And I'm like, nah, let me help out the old black man. So I usually get him $1.
A lot of them don't not like, you know, paid job labor. I mean, we're the ones that like clean the windshield or pump your gas.
In Baltimore, it's just different areas. We were just in Baltimore recently for a funeral, and as soon as we pulled up to the red light, they converged on the car. It was like 4 of them. And my mother, it's funny because my mother, she lives in California. So she's a little bit, she was looking like, oh shit. And I was like, it's all right, Mom, they just want to wash the windows. So then after they had washed the windows, of course, they were standing there wanting some money. You know, but nobody had, because after they washed the windows, they want to get paid. So nobody really had no change. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to be on the corner in Baltimore rifling through a bunch of money trying to find some damn ones, you know, and you about to put your window down and give them the money. Like that, you be foolish, you know? So I was like, here, 5. So I gave him 5. And then the one dude was like, I can't get 5 for the hustle, nigga. Y'all better take that 5 and bust it down. I'm not about to pay y'all niggas $10 for being at the thing, and y'all ain't wash them that damn good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, now, you know, you doing something, but shit, now you want more than a little bit. It's like I have an issue with the ones that when I'm looking at you and your fit shit, you got on brand new ones or some, what the hell? How you out here begging, but you got on fucking Jordans. I think not.
My money went.
I think not. Nah, I'm not with that shit. I've also offered some of them jobs before. You know, I used to own a commercial cleaning business. So there was one day, and we were saying, yo, you want to clean? You want to get down? And he told us, hell nah.
You want me to work?
Yeah, basically, he was like, yo, I'll make it. He said that he came from where he lived in, I think in Gastonia, to Charlotte. So about 30 minutes, so that he wasn't in the same city that he lived in. He made about $3,000 a month. There was no reason for him to go do nothing else. He could just come up here every day.
$3,000 a month?
Yeah.
Dang.
Think about it. That's $100 a day. Yeah. Me and my young son had this conversation one day. I said, listen, think about it. The light changes. When the light changes, you know, you might sit at the light, let's say just for a minute. Let's just say for a minute. That get them 60 seconds. So if they could get $1 each one of them damn seconds, even if they got them half. So for 30 seconds, that means they got $30 each time the light changed. Even if you take it down and they only got 15, shit. But think about how many times the light changed in a day, and then they do that. Even if they were to get $5 or $5 every time the light changes. Well, if the light changes, you know, 20 times in an hour, shit, they done made them $100 in that hour. Why would they go and work somewhere else? They ain't making that kind of bread going to a job. When you start thinking about it like that, shit, it's only $1 here, $1 there. But as many times as that light's changing and they getting $1, they getting this, if they doing that all day, you know, 8 hours a day, yeah, they coming away with over $100. We started doing the math. It was about $250 for the day or some shit. When you started doing, even if they only getting a couple dollars, at the amount of times the light would change. When you start thinking about the sheer numbers of it, it's like, yeah, it makes sense. Not that it makes sense, but shit, it makes sense. Why they be standing out there doing it like that?
It's the reason people
about
don't
to be my
want
new
to
profession.
waitresses and shit.
Say what about waitressing and stuff? I'm sorry.
It's the reason people don't want to tip their waiters and waitresses and shit.
Why?
But they won't want to tip workers, but they'll tip people who don't work.
Because as a society, we always have the thought that, you know, our people in the service industry, the ones that work for tips in that sense, that they make way more than, and they do. They have the ability to. That's why that's why a job only pays them. Like a server only gets about $2 an hour. That's how
they get paid like $2.15 an hour. But shit, think about if nobody's tipping them. If nobody's tipping them, then they're literally working for $2.15 an hour. Like, come the hell on. You want that motherfucker to be nice when you keep asking them for more sweet tea? Like, hell no. For $2.15, come on now.
That's the other people have, but that's why servers aren't tipped, because they could inverse have the kind of day where someone comes. I've gotten $100 as a tip before from one table, like literally just from two, not even a big table, two women that were just incredibly drunk and just needed good service, just needed someone to keep up the wings of flowing.
But why I'ma be mad because the next person gave you $100 for their tip? Like, why I'ma count somebody else's pockets? If you want to get out here and your hustle is that you give good service as a waiter, you know what I'm saying? Why I'm mad? Because motherfuckers want to tip you for that. That's not my motherfucking business. People need to mind their damn business.
Those, along with sex, that's the other thing we as people care too much about in other people's lives. Their bank accounts.
Yeah, stop counting somebody else's pockets. I don't give a damn how much somebody else is tipping you. If you give me good service, I'ma tip your ass good. If you give me shitty service, you ain't getting no damn tip. And I'm gonna tell you why I ain't giving you none. Now I'm gonna give you some, but it's gonna be bullshit. But I'm gonna still let you know, yo, you could have did better with this, and this. Yo, we ain't had no water all damn service. Like, I will tell you why I'm not tipping you like that, but I'm gonna tip you. But I used to be a bartender, so I understand working for. Yeah, I used to bartend in the nightclub. That's how I got through college and shit. So I understand what it's like when you work hard for your money and somebody don't tip you. I get it. I get it.
All right, y'all. We'll wrap it up right there. Thanks for everybody coming out here getting some hostile therapy, not because you want it, because you need it. And we will see you on the next show. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Wakanda forever.